time and trust. I know that this love could last forever. I'll take care of your heart. It's now or never. Looking into your brown eyes, I can see you're scared inside. I wanna show you that I care. I'll take it slow so I can learn to love you. Give you all the love you deserve to have and restore your broken heart, babe. I wanna be the one to lift you up when you're down. I wanna be the one to hold you tight when you feel alone and you can't find home. You're not on your own. I'll be your strength when you're weak. Give me a chance and you'll see.
Sometime I do wanna make sure this is right. I'll give you all the time you want. I just wanna make sure we have the same affection, a connection, more than a projection on me, babe. 'Cause I get too attached and needy just sometimes, and I laugh really hard, especially at night when we talk about your day and forgive me ever made. I love it when you tell me every detail. Does it seem too hazy, or is this feeling clear for you? Think sometime we'll do.
I'll give you time to head in the right direction. I'll show you that I'm worth of your time and trust. Tell me, is this real, baby? How real?
All praises to the Most High. Lord, I need you cause I'm so tired. Trying to feed the soul and let the flesh starve. Problem is, I don't know when to quit. I think I'm Brett Favre. Lord, grab the wheel before I earn heart. I'm feeling lost, trying to follow my heart. But that gets hard cause my dick got a pulse. Look, I ain't perfect, man, I know I got faults. But real is what I am, bruh. And I kick it by the boat like Sam's Club. Cause I too have done dirt and went to church to get my hands scrubbed. If I for true, then I too have forgot what I was sent to do. You feel me? The love I want from y'all, I need to have for myself. The love we want from this world, we need to show to each other. Need to tell someone you love them. You need to show someone you love them. I love you. The love I want from y'all, I need to have for myself. The love we want from this world, we need to show to each other. Need to tell someone you love them. You need to show someone you love them. I love you. Hey. Cover us with your cloth. The government's all flawed. The rich are all void. People are unemployed. Cousins killing your brother. Cops killing your cousins. Who's consoling your mother? Who's raising the baby? I hope it ain't the same streets that made his daddy go crazy. The cycle on repeat. Look, we was meant to fly. Don't let them keep you on your feet. I pray these words reach you. I pray you unlearn everything that the enemy tried to teach you to defeat you. Cause in God's eyes we all equal. I'd rather be my brother's keeper than his grim reaper. We all here for one reason. You feel me? The love I want from y'all, I need to have for myself. The love we want from this world, we need to show to each other. Need to tell someone you love them. You need to show someone you love them. I love you. The love I want from y'all, I need to have for myself. The love we want from this world, we need to show to each other. Need to tell someone you love them. You need to show someone you love them. I love you. Hey, I love you, you beautiful motherfucker. I love you, you beautiful motherfucker. I love you, you beautiful motherfucker. I love you. motherfucker. I love you, you beautiful motherfucker. I love you, you beautiful motherfucker. I love you, you beautiful motherfucker. I love you, motherfucker. Our Father who art in heaven, be my protection in this ill world. Soften my heart so I can raise my little girls. Keep me consistent so my son can be thorough. As I run through these hurdles, too many of us uncertain. If love is the purpose, just look around and tell me if the hating is working. Every corner that you turn, man, Satan is lurking. Trying to knock you off your pivot, but I won't pick up my dribble. Self-love is instrumental, no words required. Show the stranger that I loved him and he damn near cried. Hey, I showed the stranger that I loved him and he damn near cried. Show the stranger that I loved him and he damn near cried. The love I want from y'all, I need to have for myself. The love we want from this world, we need to show to each other. Need to tell someone you love them. You need to show someone you love them. I love you. The love I want from y'all, I need to have for myself. The love we want from this world, we need to show to each other. Need to tell someone you love them. You need to show someone you love them. I love you. Hey, I love you, you beautiful motherfucker. I love you, you beautiful motherfucker. I love you, you beautiful motherfucker. I love you, motherfucker. I love you, you beautiful motherfucker. I love you, you beautiful motherfucker. I love you, you beautiful motherfucker. I love you, motherfucker.
Hey, that was dope. Super dope. So, you know, we always show love to some Denver artists before our show kicks off. First video was two of my clients at Mint Audio. Shout out to Gio and Angeles. That was their track, Forever. Second artist was Lano, one of Buggz's, artists, Lano, and it was called Beautiful. So shout out to them.
Go support that.
Yeah, do that for sure.
I was feeling both of those, man. Those are smoothed out.
There we go. And if y'all don't know already, you see this gentleman to my right. This is DJ Cos.
Hey.
He's joining us as a guest host, our first guest host of our show.
The first one ever?
Ever, man.
Hey, I'm honored, man. Thank you.
Of course, of course. If y'all don't know him, make sure you check out his show. It's called The Box. It's every Monday night at 7, right?
Yeah, every Monday at 7 on Denver Open Media, man, 92.9.
There you go. Plugging himself. That's how we like to do. Show love to other shows out here, but y'all know what time it is, so let's just do it. I'm Paul Jr.
I'm Boogeyman Fo.
Here's the thing.
What's up, Goonier?
The Goonster. All right. Well, I don't even want to, let too much time go by. Y'all know it's a special episode. We got a big time guest. I don't even want to say who it is. I'm going to let the video do the talking. He was gracious enough to sit down with us and answer our questions and just drop some knowledge. So let's get right into it, man.
Yeah.
Without further ado, we got Jake the Snake Plummer with us.
Right on. Thanks for having me, guys. That's nice to see some little highlights there, especially Todd Smith, man, one of the greatest, one of the best players I've ever played with. Teammates and everything.
Being a Bronco fan for so long, like the eras kind of get blurred. I forgot how you and Rod were the connection. Because I think of Rod and Elway. Rod and Elway, and then Rod played for a long time. So yeah, that was cool to see. So, first and foremost, how are you? How's your mental health? Just how are you in life these days?
I'm doing really good, man. It hasn't been without some challenges, and becoming really self-aware of me and getting back to really be, finding out who I am and what I'm all about, and again being open to, be guided down the path I'm on. And I've been able to surround myself with some really phenomenal humans and some really good people. And, they're always there for me as I continue to branch out and even meet more like-minded individuals. And the further I get away from the game, it still matters because it's what I did to get me to where I'm at now. And it does play a part in my whole upbringing and my life and my evolution. But, I am far away from the game at the moment. I've watched a little bit, but I really don't pay attention much anymore. Other than I still have a lot of knowledge, and I'm enjoying, living in Boulder and getting into doing some fun stuff with nature and medicine and mushrooms and raising kids.
Oh yeah.
Trying to fill my life and fill my cup every day as best I can. And then also to share that and walk in the light to give people a little boost if I can. And just enjoy life. I mean, I'm 48, so I feel I'm not even very far down the road so far. I got a long ways to go. So what's ahead is really exciting.
Yeah, definitely. So I like to start at the beginning. My first question, just first and foremost, I don't know if you know, but Denver still loves you, man. Just telling people about the interview, everyone's like, "Oh, Jake was the best. He was the best." I'm just like, I don't think anybody had one bad thing to say, even just some football stuff. Nobody.
No.
So, but
time can be a very, very interesting thing.
Absolutely.
There were some of them that maybe weren't quite as receptive when I was in the tail end of my career there. But yeah, there's much love in this city. I'm welcomed and treated really well by a lot of fans. The fans are really true blue. They love it.
Oh, yeah.
They're in it, and it's a great thing to go out and be appreciated without the memory of throwing a pick on fourth down. The Raiders yesterday, where they may want to come up and punch me, but now they forgot about that. They just think all the good that I brought.
Absolutely.
Well, tell us how you started playing ball. Who were the quarterbacks you looked up to? Take us back a little bit.
I'm kind of tripping right now. If I scoot back far enough, it looks like I'm almost in the room with you guys.
Oh, nice. There we go.
Heads are about the same size now. I'm like,
that's pretty cool. Nice.
Catch up shoulder. All right, sorry, I got a little distracted. Growing up, man, football was huge. Sports were big in my family. I had two older brothers, so I was playing everything, and from a young age, very young age, was taught, if you touch it, you catch it. My brothers were into throwing the ball, Nerf ball, playing wiffle ball, handball, ping pong, hacky sack, tennis, golf, whatever, man. We were all over the place. So sports were big. Football was just something that I loved to do at recess for a long time until I started playing organized football, begging my mom until she finally allowed me to play, because I told her, I'm going to be wearing a helmet and shoulder pads and pads, Mom. Not at recess. When I'm playing already at recess, I don't have any of that on, and we're still hitting each other and tackling.
That is true. That's true.
She let me play, and I grew up watching. Walter Payton was my favorite player probably of all time. Just watching him, an undersized guy with a lot of just tough, hard-willed, smaller, but didn't let that stop him. I loved watching him. Quarterbacks that I loved to watch. My oldest brother was a big Dan Marino fan, so I got to watch him a lot growing up. I was a huge Steve Grogan fan of all things. I had a Patriots shirt. There wasn't even a Patriots shirt. It was like a JCPenney red, white, blue, number 14, one of those jerseys you wear as a kid in the 70s. Yeah. And, so I ended up I'm a Patriots fan. And,
and that was before it was cool.
Yeah, right. And Steve Grogan wore a neck roll, man. What quarterback would wear
I love those. Not going to lie.
But yeah, I enjoyed watching a lot of teams play. My favorite quarterbacks growing up, I loved Joe Montana. Randall Cunningham, as I got older, was one of my all-time favorite quarterbacks to watch play. There was a whole slew of them out there, but growing up, Joe Montana was really the guy. I felt like, he wasn't this big 6'5" prototypical gunslinger, but he knew how to win. And so I was really a big fan of his, and just a fan of the game, really. And all games, all basketball, baseball, football. Never got into hockey much, but sports were big in my upbringing.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Growing up in Boise, what was your first job?
Oh boy, I'll go back a long ways here. I actually had a little business card a friend of ours made up, and my brothers were working in the summer doing some stuff, mowing lawns and whatever. And I was too young; I wasn't big enough to even push a lawnmower yet, or strong enough. And I had a friend of ours in the family. He made these little business cards, and it said, I was Jason. My real name is Jason, so I started going by Jake in the third grade. When
Interesting.
There were four other Jasons in the classroom, and the teacher was like, "We can't have a fifth Jason."
Wow.
Pay him. So I said I'd gone by Jake before, and so on my little business card it said Jason, friend at large. So he felt like you can't work and mow the yard, but you could be somebody's friend. So my first
That's
job
hilarious.
but then as I got older, summers we just help around the house, mow the yard. As far as full-time first job, I never really had like a full-time first job, but I would help my brothers a lot in the summer when they would go sticker lumber. Actually, where you take the lumber pile that's all stacked together, and then you put little pieces of wood in between it so that they can dry. The lumber could dry. So I was the guy who would lay the little sticks in between while they were stacking the lumber. And that was the first time I really worked a lot in the summer. I do other odd jobs like cleaning windows for friends, or hey, you want my garden weeded? Weed the garden, or mow a yard, or whatever.
Keeps you in shape too.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky in the summers. I spent a lot of time in Coeur d'Alene at my dad's, on my bike, going down to the beach, playing hoops and running around.
Nice.
And I could work when I wanted to, and still have some fun as a kid.
Nice. What about your first car?
First car. We had a good friend of the family, and his name was Robert, and he had this car that he was getting rid of, and it was it was a 74 AMC Hornet.
Whoa. Nice.
It was 3 on the tree, so you could skip from first to second and then up to third on the steering column.
Wow.
And it didn't have a door when I got it, a driver's side door, and it needed to have the radiator the radiator replaced. And so I went to a junkyard and got both of those and did it myself. And the door didn't match. It wasn't quite the same yellow color, but my friends laughed, and it was a junker, man. We paid $50, gave him $50 and he gave it to us. But it got me places, until it finally broke down. And I had my buddies were laughing at me one day, and one of my buddies' dads came out, and he heard they were laughing at me about my car, and he looked at me. He's like, "Hey, Jake, don't sweat it, man. Rubber wheels are better than rubber heels."
Hey, there you go.
Right.
Exactly.
Your wheels, these guys have been walking, so they shut up real quick.
Did you always want to be a quarterback? Is that where you saw yourself even playing younger? Did you play any other positions?
I loved wide receiver. I loved to catch the ball, and I wanted to be a running back also. So the youngster, that was one of my dreams, was to be a running back. And I actually wrote a little report, when I was in the second or third grade, that I was a running back in the NFL for the Raiders.
Oh,
and,
wow.
My dream began. That's when the dream began of I want to play in the NFL. And a lot of it was my brothers were huge sports fans, and that's what we did. We watched a lot of football, and they were into it. And I don't think their dreams were to play in the NFL, but I saw it and thought, man, this would be fun. And so that was just a childhood dream. But meanwhile, I was going to take any league I could get into because I love playing sports and competing.
Sure.
But yeah, that was what I first wanted to do. And I even played some receiver in high school as a freshman or as a sophomore. And I also loved to play. I loved playing DB and like free safety in junior high. That was so much fun.
Right.
I loved hitting, coming up and hitting people and playing the ball in the air. And I really liked defense. It was a lot of fun. But
my man Fo here was a DB.
Yes.
That's what he played. So
I didn't get a chance to do it in high school because I was quarterback number 1 and number 2 wasn't quite capable if I went down. So they let me stay on the offensive side, which was okay. I didn't mind. If I threw an interception, I'd get my chance to go
smoke him.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
I'd go nail pretty good because I was pissed.
Right, exactly. Did you have a team growing up? Like, were you a fan of a team? Because I know you grew up in Boise, so Who was Boise rooting for? You know,
on Sundays we got Denver. Actually, to be honest, with you. A lot of it was regional. So
yeah, I think I heard that. I think I knew that. So
Seahawks or the Broncos, and so I wasn't necessarily a Broncos fan growing up. I liked John Elway. He was fun to watch. And then, I ended up being a Raiders fan in the second grade when they won the Super Bowl because I won a $2 bet. So I was like, yeah, cool. I'll root for the Raiders. And then I loved Marcus Allen. You talk about a running back that ran so smooth and was just like, man, his style was so awesome. So I loved kind of watching him. And then if I had to say I would root for any team, it was probably, I always like to watch the 49ers because of Joe Montana and Ray Rice and those guys.
So you kind of rooted for your favorite players, most of all. Yeah,
I didn't have some diehard team. I wasn't diehard about some team really. I had just a fan of the game and more of the players.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Absolutely. So when you were in college, your senior year, when you played Nebraska and you beat Nebraska, the big scary Nebraska, what do you think that did for you as far as like confidence, A, trajectory, B, how did that, where did that take you?
Yeah, that was a culmination of a lot of things because the year prior we played in Lincoln and they whooped our asses 75-28.
Old Nebraska. But man.
I'll reiterate and say the score again, 75-28. Yeah. We got 28 points on them. We scored 28 points as an offense when they were trying to stop us.
Right.
So I knew offensively, I wasn't scared of them, but defensively we weren't quite there yet. Mm-hmm. And we had guys in the offseason, most notably Derek Rogers, who played 1 year at ASU, went on to the league and had a decent career. But he was different. He was driven to make it. And his speed in practice and his effort in practice got contagious for the defense. And before you know it, our defense became one of the strengths of our team, along with our offense, and then effort all around to the special teams. And so we went into that year pretty confident in our abilities and the work we put in that offseason. And, we barely beat Washington the first game. I think we played North Texas the next game. And then here comes the Huskers, highly ranked. And everybody was, last year they got their asses whooped. And we actually, to think back on that, I believe that there was about, I don't know how many guys were on that team, maybe let's say 90 on the ASU roster. Of those 90, I think the solid 70 of us really thought we could win that game. But then outside of those 70, I don't even know if there were many people coaching us or any people in the building or if our fans that even thought we had a chance. But we knew we could whoop their ass. We had a feeling going into that this is going to be different.
Right.
And the night before that game, we asked the coaches to leave the meeting room, and we had a players only meeting, and it got really hot and heated in there. A lot of guys that never talked spoke up about what it felt like last year and that this isn't going to happen again.
Right.
And the whole thing was really geared towards a lot of other things besides that game and us. Frank Kush Stadium was dedicated that night to legendary coach Frank Kush.
Wow.
Another distraction away from us. And so I was pretty pissed about that. Before the game, driving to the stadium, there was people, a sea of red crossing the bridge on Rio Salado there on Rural. And it was like, what's going on here? Where's our fans?
Seriously.
No one is believing us. We're on. And I remember telling the bus, like, it's all us, guys. No one else thinks we can do this. And we just banded together, and it was a really special night. Guys didn't want to leave that building without winning, and we put it on them 19-0, and the rest was history. The trajectory there was, now we were fourth in the country. What Coach Snyder told me when I was coming out of Capitol High in Boise, Idaho, that I was going to be a key integral part to building a national championship team was now we were in position to control our own destiny. And it put me in the running for the Heisman.
That's
and
incredible.
As the season went, that became, I was ranked for the Heisman trophy. Like, holy shit, what is going on? It just was a magical year. It was only guided by the fact that me and a bunch of guys banded together and just wanted to do our best and make sure that we, put it out there every single day, and we worked hard for it. We also had a lot of fun too, but it was really magical season, and one that put ASU on the map a little bit. And
Yeah.
that's why I went there, because I've never heard much about ASU, and I wanted to leave ASU and have had left an indelible impression on the fans there. And we sure enough pulled that off in '96 when we almost pulled it out. We almost won the game.
Crazy times.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I always thought it was pretty interesting when anybody, gets drafted to the same state or city they went to college in, So what was it like, what was your time in Arizona like with the Cardinals? Because, we're Bronco fans, but you spent more time as a Cardinal than a Bronco. So, and I know at the time the team wasn't the best. We'll just say that. So, how do you look back on your time as a Cardinal?
Yeah, it was really exciting. I mean, to go from ASU straight into the Cardinals, not have to move into a new city. At first, I was like, I want to get out of here. I wanted to go see something new, be in a different city and maybe a bigger city, with a little more flavor than Phoenix was offering. But after that transition, I was grateful for it. It was an easy move into the next level. And I started as a rookie halfway through the year. I don't know how many other teams that would have happened for. And I got a chance to show those guys, those vets there, where my heart was and what I was planning when I was here. And that was to get after it every day. And let's try to be the best we can be. And I remember, that 98 season, first, getting my first action as a rookie in Veterans Stadium on the 2-yard line coming out. They threw me in there. And, I get into the huddle and the team was lifeless and I could feel it. So I got in the huddle and looked at the guys and was like, hey, who's ready to take this motherfucker 98 yards?
Nice.
They all perked up and said, oh, wait a second. And sure enough, we took it 98 yards and scored. And from then on, they felt like, wow, okay, this kid, he believes enough for we should all believe. And so it started to shift a little bit. We won more games towards the end of that year. And then in 98, was a magical season for the Cardinals. There was a vote. There was a vote on the ballot to pass a tax to build a stadium for the Arizona Cardinals to stay in town, and that vote passed. We won 4 games at the end of the year in fine style, come from behind victories, last minute field goals, and all this stuff to claim and a spot in the playoffs. I restructured my contract that year. It was a huge year, and we won our first playoff game for the Cardinals in 50 years when we beat the Dallas Cowboys. So
that's crazy.
It was an organization that, again, I had a chance to go to and try to shift things and change that mentality of, maybe we're not that good or we're not supposed to be here, to no, if we're going to do this, let's try to be the winners. Let's try to make it right.
Absolutely.
It was a huge season, and we let go of a lot of great players after that year to free agency. And I had a few tough years there, 4 years of not winning many games because of just wrong decisions and management and injuries and just whatever else it is that the Cardinals are still struggling to get over.
Right.
I mean,
that's
a few glimpses here and there, but it just seems to be an organization that it's hard for them to get consistent.
I mean, as a teenager at the time, I didn't even know anything about the Cardinals until you were the quarterback. That's when they started kind of becoming on my radar.
Yeah, it really was the first. It was the first playoff appearance in 15 years when we went to the playoffs in '98. So, and how we did that was we won the last 4 games in fine style, and even the last one, it was like we had no time on the clock, kicked a field goal, and we're to the playoffs. It was magic. Again, another real pivotal time for that organization, along with the Sun Devils in Sun Devil Stadium, where I played all college and all my road for the Cardinals for 6 years in that beautiful stadium. So I tried my best. I did all I could there, but when the time to part came, it was exciting. My last game as a Cardinal was here in Denver. In fact, on January 2nd, right after the new year, and the place was packed, even though the Broncos were in the playoffs. It's new to me to see a stadium packed like that, even though the game didn't matter. Come out. And at the end of that game, I ran off the field, and they knew I was going to be a free agent, and the fans were chanting, "We want Jake. We want Jake." And I'm like, yeah, I want some of this too.
That was actually going to be my next question. Is how did you feel when you found out you were coming to Denver especially like
Well,
post
so-
Elway, all that stuff.
Yeah, it was a decision. I was a free agent. I went to the Chicago Bears also to visit them as they were looking and search for a quarterback to come in and lead them. And oddly enough, they made it to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman a couple years later.
Right.
And we, we're building something here in Denver. And in, my third season here, 05, we almost made it. So yeah,
still a heartbreaker.
It wasn't a hard decision. What it came down to, and what my agent at the time, Dave Dunn, helped me decide was, what are you going? What city are you going to try to accomplish what your goal is? And Chicago was more alluring because, I love good food and I love blues and good music. And I'm like, wow, living in a city like Chicago, I'd never lived in a metropolis like that, a big, big city. So that was what was like the one thing that was differentiating it. And when I removed that, it came down to my chances to win a Super Bowl are much greater here with the Denver Broncos.
Right.
So that's why I made the decision. I even took a little less money to come here. And, I didn't look back. It was time to get to work when I got here. And I loved the guys on this team and the coaches and the opportunity it presented. And, it was fun to be on a franchise that understood what it took to win.
Right.
That's amazing. Do you have a favorite Bronco memory?
Whew, man. A lot. There were some good ones. Maybe we're not on the field. They were on plane rides.
Hey,
Right.
we'd love to hear those
Right.
too. It's okay.
With Coach Shanahan, a couple funny moments when I was injured and like just different things like that. But really, playing for the Broncos was really fun. Getting to play in front of a packed house every game for sure, where it really mattered. The fans were in it. As far as even if they were booing you after the first two series going 3 and out,
That's us.
Like, what the hell's wrong?
Right.
They still were there for you and they were rooting for you. I think one of the biggest moments was when I first got here and I was walking into the building, and just looking around, and here's John Elway here and John Elway there.
Right.
There's Super Bowl trophies and a picture of John there. And it was just like, all right, I'm walking into something like I can handle this.
Yeah.
I'm not John Elway. I don't want to be John Elway. I'm myself, and I'm going to embody that and be the best person I can be. And, that was a big moment for me to just know that, hey, I could live under that shadow or just create my own moments here. And that's really what I try to do, is just be the best I could be and not try to live up to John Elway's.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Whoever is going to do that? Who? Nobody. 16
Yeah.
years here, 2 Super Bowls.
Right.
How many? 4 appearances or
Yeah.
whatever. Like
It's insane.
He could run for governor. He could run for governor of Colorado and win like easily.
exactly. So how could I ever try to live up to that? I
Right.
wasn't trying to. I was trying to get my trophy and get out, and this was my best shot. And so, getting here was a lot of fun, and playing here there was some fun games, definitely, and great teammates.
Incredible. Okay, so let's talk handball, because
All right.
from what I read, you are one bad man when it comes to handball. So are we talking like league rules handball? Or are we talking like prison handball rules? Like, what are we talking?
Well, I just like to play the game. There's a rule book, but I never read it. My game would be really good in prison. I don't want to go play there because you play with some guys and they want to call hinder or I couldn't see, and it's like, of course you couldn't. If you're playing doubles, there's 4 of us on the court. At some point, you're going to lose the ball. But to me, that's the challenge. I lose it, and I got to try to pick it back up and not make an excuse that it crossed between you or between me and the ball,
Right.
And so
Right.
I just love to play the game. It's super fun. It was a great sport to cross train with off season when I was playing football.
Mhm.
Growing up as a youngster, that was one other sport we played a lot of. And it helped enhance a lot of my skills, my hand-eye coordination, my lateral quickness, my spatial awareness, my mental toughness. Today when I play, I really have a great time just going into it, usually medicated cannabis because it's a great anti-inflammatory and I can get focused on the ball. And I just love to play with a few guys and have a great time chasing the ball around and still be able to move really move quickly and get down low and like
Right.
push my body to not be an old decrepit NFL quarterback, but to be a 48-year-old that still runs around like I was in my 30s. And that's my ambition is to never age, try to keep limber, loose, and moving, and do what it takes to continue down that path. Now, I may slow down, and I know I will at some point, but still be able to play the game at a high level at a slower speed also. And that takes mastery of the game. And I'm by no means anywhere near ranked anywhere as a great player. But I'm a good ambassador for the game. I love to play the game. I can step into the court with anybody. The pros whip my ass. But I can still get in there and return the ball and have fun.
Right. Right.
Do you still play with your brother?
Yeah, once in a while. My brother Eric lives up in Sandpoint. My other brother, I have two brothers. My brother Brett is in Boise, and we haven't played in a while, but I got to play with Eric this during Thanksgiving when I was up north. I went up there and played doubles with him. And
That's cool.
I played a ton with him when I retired. I mean, that was my transitional game, my way to still compete, have camaraderie.
Mm-hmm.
We'd go play down in Sandpoint at the SWAC, the little club there, and we'd drink some beers and go into the court and hang out and rib and jibe on each other and have a good time. So it made the transition out of the game a lot easier to do that and then still have an outlet for competing for sure.
Nice. I wanted to ask a little bit of a tougher question, not crazy tough, but because like when your run with the Broncos ended, I was like kind of fresh out of high school. I definitely wasn't invested in like the business side of the NFL the way I am now as like an adult. So when I think it was it Cutler that came in for him
after? Yeah.
So when that whole thing was happening, was that like was it a mutual, like, was it a decision of yours that you kind of were ready to stop playing? Was it the Broncos mostly, just that whole situation? Like, how did that go down?
Yeah, there was a lot led up to that. We lost in the AFC Championship game in 2005,
right. And
a lot of that got put on to me. Obviously, and that's what happens when you're a quarterback.
Right, yeah.
I was okay with that. I could have played better. I threw a pick in the first half that was obviously it was a pick in the first half.
Right.
And for me, I threw a lot of picks in the first half, but I never let them be the determining point of the game that made us lose. Like, we got 2 quarters left. We just never got it going that day. And for some reason, that was the decision by the brass to draft a quarterback. And, obviously I was, it was about time to get someone to come in, someone to have, learn the game, to get groomed behind me and be ready to take over if this was my last year or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had alluded to being ready to retire or anything like that. Although in 2005, I was ready to retire. If we'd have won the Super Bowl, I was going to take off and be done.
Yeah.
That was my dream. I didn't want to win 5 and play for 20 years like some people. I just wanted one.
Right.
One and get out before my body was beat down, before my spirit was downtrodden and beat to death by never being good enough and never being able to fulfill, a genius, maniacal coach's wishes at that position. And I love Coach Shanahan, and we buried all our hatchets. He reaches out to me once in a while. I check on him. He gave me a true gift of 4 years to show the NFL world, like, yeah, I can play ball.
Right.
You're not a pocket passer. Yeah, I am. I can be, but I can also run out of the pocket too. So you can't coach running out of the pocket, but you can teach somebody to be in the pocket. And, I learned a lot. I learned a lot from that staff and those coaches. And, the losing Kubiak as an OC was tough because he was definitely a mediator between me and Shanahan, 2 different types of personalities.
Right.
That would get after it sometimes because we both were very competitive. And when Coobs left, things shifted a little bit. And I was entering my 10th season being asked to do stuff that I was doing when I was a rookie to learn the game. And I'd learned the game. And so there was a little discord there as to time spent and what I was being, expected to do, when I felt like it was what my time was being wasted to go in and learn things I already knew. And,
right.
I wasn't going to be like Peyton Manning where, my life was spent in that building from 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock. I had things I like to do outside of the game, especially in the off. So that was a little bit of a discord with Mike. And then when they drafted Jay, it was like, I kind of was shocked at first. And then I thought, well, that's okay. This is probably gonna be my last year anyway, and they need to have somebody there in case, to groom for me to leave and have a guy there. And little did I know that the papers there were 2 papers at the time. Was it the Denver Post
and the Rocky Mountain News? Yeah.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain News. And so run by the same organization, but having 2 different viewpoints. So one was pro Jake and one was no Jake.
Right.
Would write articles that were not based on fact, but more based on numbers. Yeah. There was a lot of interesting media that worked for those papers that would write articles that were their own opinions or the opinions of others, not the opinions of my teammates. As far as me being a leader or being capable of taking them to the next level, they were ready to jump on the train that, he lost in the AFC Championship game. He's not good enough now. Let's get someone else. And so that started. And, once that fire is lit, it gets fanned with every incompletion, with every interception, with every time that we don't go kick someone's ass 38-5.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. And at the time we went and played Kansas City, we were 7-3. And we weren't playing great, but we were still the same team that was a Super Bowl championship caliber team the year before.
Right.
And the drafting of Cutler was interesting as a first round pick when, maybe we could have served ourselves better to get a more impactful player that would have actually helped us maybe be 8-2 at that point, or 9, better record than we had. But Kansas City whooped our ass. They ran the ball for like 280 yards, and I got benched.
That was priest.
And, that was the end of it for me. That was like, oh, wow, okay, this has happened. And my teammates they got in line and marched like soldiers. You don't go up to the coach and say, what the fuck are you doing, Shanny?
Right.
This kid isn't ready. Right. Instead, they try to embrace it and be like, all right, well, we'll do our best to get behind this guy because that's where we're at. And it was tough for me. I'd never been benched. I'd never had anything taken away like that. I wasn't the greatest teammate for about a week. Spent a lot of time in the hot tub, not going to meetings, and practice was like, leave me alone. Don't talk to me, coach. Get away from me. And sometimes not in that kind of a tone. But then I realized, this is still my team. These are my guys. I got to be ready. And I found that I could even be a leader just from the sideline. And I got a chance to come in against San Francisco, the last game of the year. The crowd went crazy. That felt really good. Mike Bell took a ball almost all the way to the end zone. He made it to the 3-yard line, and the first dude there to pick him up was me because I was hyped, man. I was back in the game, and it was like, okay, good, let's go. We're gonna win this game and make the playoffs, and I still got one more chance to go through the playoffs and make it to the Super Bowl. But back then, Jay got a concussion. When I went in, that was why I went in. Is Jay got a concussion. And then he went in halftime, did his little protocol thing, came out, and they put him back in the game.
Horrible back then.
Yeah. And then that season ended with a loss. We didn't make the playoffs. And then really the nail in the coffin was rest in peace, Darren Williams getting shot downtown. Yeah. That was really hard.
That still haunts the city to this day.
It was. It was really the final, I'm done playing this game. This is it. This is over. I can't. That I could have been down there with those guys, and just the thought of that and the whole thing, it was like, it's time to move on. It's time to let go. And as I was feeling it in my body, as my spirit was really down on not life, but just God, what more can I do? It was time to retire. And so I made the decision, and that was it.
So speaking of your transition from professional football player to the wellness space, how was that for you? And I mean, that's a journey that you're still on. So can you tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, retiring from the league and being a little bit beat up, and then, spending a few years, realizing how your body shifts and changes. And then before my insurance coverage ran out, which a lot of people don't know, we get 5 years of COBRA coverage, and then we're on our own. I had both hips operated on to reattach my labrums and to get myself, the ability to hopefully never have to have a hip replacement. I want to be me. I want to be a 100% me. And so that was a big moment of, reflection and deep dive into, God, why did this game, was this a good idea? And then CTE talk was huge around then. just prior to that had taken his life and shot himself in the chest so his brain could be researched, and a lot of deep thoughts were coming in. And then, that was when cannabis got legalized here in Colorado, and I used it as a medicine to get through rehab and the pain and those thoughts. And I still use it today once in a while, for the anti-inflammatory properties, and occasionally just to get focused onto something.
For sure.
I'm distracted very easily. I see too much stuff from my vision on the field, and just being an athlete, I see everything. So sometimes it's nice to hone my focus in and get into doing something like art or in the yard working or doing whatever. So my first little bit into that was with Charlotte's Web and some other former players sharing our stories of transition to help bring light to the mothers that were fighting for the right to give this hemp oil, which was classified the same as marijuana, but didn't cause a psychotropic high. Right. It's bringing relief to their children and helping them with these drastic seizure disorders. So us joining in on that and helping bring light to that was very empowering. Yeah. And I realized the general public is misled on a lot of things, and being able to be a voice for that, to shake up the status quo, was really powerful. And now I'm stepping into the last few years into fungi, functional mushrooms, which are fully legal. There's no illegalities around the mushrooms I'm growing in Fort Lupton, and we put in the bottles and the bars and the capsules for umbo. They've been legal for eternity. It's just psilocybin. It's one fungi that they have put on the same level as heroin, cocaine.
It's so crazy. Yeah.
And the craziest thing is they're using psilocybin in treatment of extreme alcoholism, to cure alcoholism or help people that are alcoholics face that and come out and never drink again. So it's weird.
A lot of hypocrisy.
It's illegal federally, but we're actually possibly going to be able to help eradicate one of the biggest addictions in our country, alcoholism, with the illicit drug. I call them, it's a fungi, it's an organism, it's medicine. And I'm so happy to be in front of this, not in front of it, but, definitely one of the many brave, courageous visionaries out there to say, hey, this is something that's going to help us as humans. Let's open our minds up to this. Let's stop going to the doctor and staying sick. Let's look at other ways to be healthy, to optimally live and face, what's next, and face it together as one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man. Well, I got one more question and then we'll get you out of here. I don't want to monopolize too much of your time. How do we fix the current Broncos? What are your thoughts on the current Broncos? I don't know how much you follow the team, but I'm sure you can't walk down the street without hearing about it. So do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's tough to see them struggle. They bring in good coaches, they got good players. I don't know what it is. Mr. Bolin had such an impact on that organization, and his philosophies and the way he treated his employees, the way he treated us, the respect that he gave to everyone involved. It's hard to replace somebody like that as the main focal point of an organization. And really, 300 wins in 30 years says it all, right? The guy put together a team just that knew how to do it. Why are they struggling now? It's hard to say. It's finding the right personnel, and then it's also the patience involved to build that and bring it together and take young players and teach them how to play the game and be patient with their development. And understand that today's athlete coming out of college is a little bit different. And, having the right coaches to do that. Was Hackett the wrong coach? No. This year he wasn't that great. There's a lot of injuries on the O-line. As a quarterback, you can't play efficiently if you don't have a solid, cohesive unit in front of you.
100%.
Russell, the answer? I don't know. Is Russell a great quarterback? Hell yeah, he's an amazing quarterback.
Right.
What I don't know is how he works amongst his peers. I don't know how he is as let's say the number 2 person in that entire organization, because the owner is number 1, he's number 2 because he's coming back next year, but the
Right.
head coach is on fire.
That's
So
true. Yeah.
is he the guy you need? Is he transcending the locker room? Is he the guy that's bringing those guys together to want to be better, to work harder, to like understand, like with Russell, we got a chance? I don't know. I'm not around enough. I don't
Right.
know how he works and relates with his teammates. I know that the only thing that got me through all my tough times and everybody that was riding with me at the highest times were my teammates.
Right.
And I knew that the third string defensive tackle, whether he was going to be cut after the last preseason game or not, I knew that he was important for us to build a team that was capable of winning a championship.
Yep.
So what did I do? I made sure that I knew who this kid was, where he was from. Hey, do you need anything, man? Are you doing all right? You seem to be struggling. Can I help you? That's how I did it. And I wasn't taught that. I wasn't coached that. Actually, I was coached that a little bit by Jeep Christ in Arizona, one of my favorite coaches, who was like, to be the guy in front of this, you got to know your teammates. You got to let them know that you care about them no matter what, because quarterback's always the focus.
Oh yeah.
You're going to be put on that pedestal. It's your fault when we lose. And it's when you win, you get a lot of the praise, but we all know that it's everybody around me that made me who I was. So is Russell that guy? I don't know. I can only just from a distance see how things work and maybe have a little bit of like, maybe he's not.
Right.
I don't know, but I don't want to say he's not the right guy because that's a horrible thing to put out there.
Sure.
But you got to have those guys wanting to fight their asses off for you.
Right.
And how do you do that? You're in it with them. You're in it with them.
Yeah,
You're at the defensive dinner on Thursday night, hanging out with those guys, even though you're tired as hell and you want to go
Yeah,
home.
definitely.
You're on the back of the plane having a drink with the DBs and talking smack, playing cards. Why? Because you're going to need to lean on them at some point.
Right.
And you want them to like look at you as a peer, not as like, oh my God, he's too high above us.
Right.
Even
Yeah.
And so you have to do that. And then, bringing talent together and building up that talent and working your ass off in the off season. We worked out together in the off season, the Broncos. We all came together when it was time to come to work out, and we all came together and all the guys were there. We didn't have our gurus here and our guy here and our cryogenic therapist here and our nutritionist here. We were all together, man. And that's
Right.
what Bolt built for us, is like stay together. And that's how you build a cohesive unit that can fight through a tough couple game loss to come out of it. And I hope they bounce back. I really enjoy it when the team's doing well here. It's fun to watch, but I guess I could say leadership.
Leadership. Yes, sir.
Hopefully that works itself out.
Could have saved a lot of words by just saying leadership.
No, you're good. We
Gotta have
appreciate it.
leadership, and it's got to be leadership that is electrifying or is tangible, and people can feel that
Right.
it means something to you. Because when the fans, as John Elway told me when I got here, if you play your ass off and you play your ass off every down, no matter what the score, these fans will respect you forever. And he was right, because
100%.
they saw
Right.
what was coming out of me was I want to win, and I want to win. Sorry, fans, it wasn't for you. My teammates.
For sure.
And
That's who I wanted to win for, was my guys.
they saw
Yes,
that.
benefit, but it was my dudes that I wanted to win for. So the fans will see that, and you got to have those kind of leaders. And I think the team has lacked that.
And that's why they still love you to this day.
Thanks for the love.
Yeah, of course. Jake, just let people know where they can find you on social media and find your products and your businesses.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, Snakes Takes. That was my old podcast I used to run. So I don't do a ton of stuff on Twitter, but I check it.
Right.
So you can reach out with questions or anything. And then on Instagram, Snake Plummer.
Nice.
And I've gotten active recently on there. And, follow me, message me if you got questions about, wanting to feel better and heal and live a little bit more optimally. And also check out getumbo.com. That's our mushrooms, functional mushrooms for daily supplementation. They're good for you. And don't trust my words. Time for yourself.
Hold on.
Now we got to go back and redo the whole thing.
Oh, hold on.
Just playing.
How did everyone know to say what's up then?
That's true.
There should be sound now.
Are we good? Let us know if we're good. There's going to
Yeah.
be like a 10-second, 15-second delay or something.
Okay.
Solid?
1 2 1 2.
Yeah.
Hold on. The stream.
Still nothing.
No, it is. We've
we
got
back.
confirmation.
The streams.
It's
Okay.
working.
Okay. Cool. Thank you guys.
All right.
You know,
Say what's up if you're in the chat,
it was-
everybody.
yeah, that's what we
what's
said.
up?
It would not be a podcast without technical difficulties. So that's
We're
awesome.
doing it live.
There we go. So what we were saying is shout out to Jake Plummer for giving us his time. But HTT top 10, we are doing our top 10 Denver Broncos of all time. You know, I'm gonna go through my list, and then these guys are gonna pick it apart, and then we're gonna compare them. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
We definitely got to talk about.
I know I'm ready. I'm
Some
ready
of Cozy's,
I want to
man.
see. My list is legit. Okay. I'm ready to die on my hill for my list for sure.
Well, we're gonna see about that. So. Well, I say we jump right into it. Let me pull up my list real quick. I do know my number 10, and I'm very disappointed because neither one of you had him in your list at all.
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh, great.
So let him know, Buggz. Let him know.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Wait, I definitely had.
You had like a double, like
Okay.
both of them. So I went with
right.
the better one out of the two for you. So
All right.
you had Rod.
Eddie Mack.
Eddie Mack.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Number 10.
Let's go.
Did you have Eddie on yours?
No, I didn't.
Why are you going to forget about
I
Eddie?
mean, I didn't forget about him. It's just this. It's so deep that he didn't make the cut.
That's terrible.
I respect it.
Name another receiver that shattered his leg in midair and held onto the ball. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was one of the craziest
Shit
things.
was just like,
it was just,
yeah, that was gnarly.
He's
Yeah,
like, I
it was
got
on
it.
national TV.
He's like, I
too.
got it. He's like,
For real.
And he just never dropped the pass. He was like,
He didn't even wear pads. It looked like
yeah,
his
yeah.
pads were like
No, he didn't. Remember,
he
he
had
just
kicker
wore the
pads.
pants. That's
Yeah.
it.
And plus, name a better receiver with better honey mustard, right? There is none.
Right,
It's a
right.
big fact. That's a big
true.
fact.
That Eddie Mack honey mustard is the real deal, okay? I'm just saying.
But what about his son, though?
Oh,
Man,
I mean, maybe that's why he wasn't on Fo's top 10 because his son's better.
Wow, the son ain't a Bronco. I wish I wanted him to be, but he was not.
Yet,
So,
you know what I mean? Not yet.
well,
Who do you guys like more, Ed or Christian?
I mean, it's a Bronco.
I gotta go
It's a
Ed.
Bronco
Yeah.
thing, so you
I mean,
go Ed McCaffrey.
I mean, Christian's got a very good chance at winning it all this year.
He's a freak.
Very good chance.
right.
With Brock Purdy?
The
Yeah.
Niners look
They're
good.
just so deep.
They
Brock
look
Purdy's
good,
that dude.
bro.
Mr. Irrelevant is that dude.
Trey Lance's job is done.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
See ya.
I can't believe
Maybe
how
he could be the next quarterback for the Raiders.
I can't believe how short that was.
Yeah.
So, but we all rooting for the Niners because fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah,
For sure.
For
So
sure.
I'm on board the
Doesn't
Brock
matter.
Purdy train. His last name, describes me. So
He's that
that's-
dude.
It's great. Why are you laughing?
Let's go.
All right, Team Ed. That's what True says. He says, I know we're all Broncos, but what was up with those 4 missed extra points last night?
Bro, that was hilarious. The only thing better was if you guys watched the Manning cast.
I saw that. Yeah,
Peyton looked like he was.
he got up.
absolutely
He got up and
disgusted,
left
bro.
the screen.
Like I've never seen somebody who is like not invested in any teams be so mad at a kicker. Jerry Manning got no love for kickers at all.
Jerry
ever.
Jones tweeted, like, if anybody can kick field goals, like, we got a spot for you. Come on down. Come on down to the game. No, I don't know if that's real. It's probably fake, but
Insane.
That's like a mental struggle that happens.
100%. 100%.
Especially
definitely.
because it's extra points, dude.
And
Like,
he,
come on.
and he was like 92% in the season or some shit like that.
like Mr.
Something was
Free
in his
throws.
head.
So
Like he's hitting the goalpost. Think about how hard that is to do. You know,
You couldn't do that if you tried most of the time.
Come on, man.
knows,
Number 9.
Did you
Maybe
ever,
took the,
did you ever make a field goal?
Yeah,
No, you didn't.
that was nice.
You don't need to lie, bro.
Shout out to Twitch.
Paul doesn't know.
Shout out to Twitch.
All right, number 9, Demarius Thomas.
Wow.
What?
Let's
did,
go.
Did you just okay?
Let's go,
What was that
man.
reaction to DT? Watch
just-
it. Watch it. You disrespect DT.
Yeah, I like DT,
I won't
don't
do a
get me
thing.
wrong.
I won't do a thing to you.
Don't get me wrong.
But I will be upset.
Hold on.
get
I
me
mean,
wrong.
I think you got
Demarius
DT kind of low, dog. I mean, he's the best wide receiver
Was
ever
DT
wear a
on
Bronco
yours?
uniform.
No.
What?
No,
He
Eddie.
wasn't. He wasn't.
See,
The
this is
best
like-
wide receiver to ever play for the Broncos is
Whoa,
not in your
whoa,
top
whoa,
10.
whoa. Hold on. That's debatable because he's not the highest wide receiver on my list.
I'm with you, Cos.
I mean,
Listen. Very good. When you know who we're all talking about, but he got 1. Some people got 2. as a main guy.
Is that the criteria?
I mean,
This is
stats.
just my
So
criteria.
Tom Brady is the best.
Numbers don't lie.
Yes, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback.
That's
We're not going
a
to
good
debate.
one. That's not a good argument. Bill Russell is the best basketball player. of
No,
all
he's
time.
not. There were 6 teams in the league. 6.
And
6.
there's
And he
only one other
dominated.
7-footer in the league too.
like 6.
But I see what you're saying, Bugs. I'm with you on this, Doug.
Hey,
I think Demarius is low, but for you not to have him,
Demarius, God bless the dead, rest in peace. Horrible when we lost him, but he's definitely he's a top 10er. His numbers in the Manning 5 years are insane.
Yeah, you're right.
Insane.
You're right.
People forget how good they were because it was Peyton Manning.
bro. For one night, Demarius Thomas made us all forget that Tim Tebow was not a real NFL
Tim,
quarterback.
Big time.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Probably
I
the
was
mo-
there. I was at that. I was in the game.
Probably the
man.
most YouTube Bronco play ever.
craziest.
Actually, I don't know.
I still watch that all the time.
I love
just
it,
to
dude.
like.
I can't think of a
walk-off
more
homers.
electric time that I've ever been in a stadium.
Go down the YouTube rabbit hole of that Tebow play and watch like all the different videos from fans in the stands, all the different angles. It's insane.
And it was a rope too. Like that was
dude.
the best throw that Tim Tebow has ever thrown in his career.
wind up.
Yeah,
sure.
It was a rope though, right? And he
Yeah.
put it right on his chest.
You ain't lying.
So shout out to Demarius Thomas, number 9. We can do number 8. Let him know. Stevie come on.
All right.
Is that it? Okay.
I mean,
Is
Hall of
that it?
Famer.
Okay, that's okay.
For the record, this is Foley's hero.
Golden
this is Fo's
jacket.
hero.
Golden
Yeah,
jacket.
Hall of Famer.
Golden jacket.
He was your MySpace and your AOL password
Facts.
for like 10 years. Atwater.
Facts.
I remember. I hacked you.
It's my guy.
Steve Atwater, is he Hall? He is finally,
Hall of
right? It was like
Fame.
2
Sure
years
is.
ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally a Hall of Famer, 2-time champion, hardest hit, that's debatable, but hardest hitting safety I ever saw.
8 or 9-time Pro
I ever saw.
Bowler.
I mean, he's up there.
Him,
Like,
Ronnie
he's up there.
Lott.
Is he the hardest hitting safety you ever saw play? Think
or
about
Lott.
that, though.
I didn't get to watch Ronnie because.
Well, yeah, no,
my
that
age.
you ever saw play. Obviously, like Ronnie Lott, Jack Tatum, like there's
I don't
people
know,
before
dude.
him.
He's up there for sure.
Does he hit harder
He's
than
like-
John Lynch?
Brian Dawkins lay the wood too.
Different. B-Doc.
John Lynch, Troy
John
Polamalu.
Lynch. Troy. Cam
Ed
Chancellor.
Reed.
Boy.
Cam Chancellor.
Cam.
Knocked most people out.
What about
Sean Taylor?
Sean Taylor. By
He
far.
laid the wood.
Yeah, by far.
Jesus?
He's my favorite.
that poor punter.
Yeah, he be putting
Dang.
punters in the ground during the Pro Bowl.
You know, he
just
thought
for
about
no
that the whole way.
reason.
He's like, I'm going to kill this punter. This is my chance. Like, I want to kill this punter.
But Steve Atwater's up there, man. What he did to Christian Okoye, that's NFL. That's
Unheard of.
forever be in
The
NFL.
Isn't there another Nigerian nightmare?
If there is,
Not
it
football.
shouldn't
Not
be.
That's-
football.
but-
Kamaru Usman.
Oh,
Is he like
yeah.
an
He's
MMA guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It sounds like
that's
e-
worthy.
either MMA or WWE. One of the two. 'Cause that's a dope. That's a dope
Sure.
nickname.
So I had to go with Steve Atwater, legend. Let's hit that number 7.
Okay.
Champ.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
I realized Champ, and I have to see the rest of my list because I forgot. Champ's the only one on my list without a Super Bowl.
Champ's
That's how,
Champ's a
but
top
that's
5
how
Bronco.
good he was. Like Champ was just locked down.
Golden jacket, right? Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Bro, Champ made like receiver catches. Remember like his tiptoe catch in the end zone interception? I forgot
Incredible,
who was
dude. He's
Bro,
incredible.
Yeah, he
Bro.
shut down the whole half of the
I
field.
really I think he retired like what? 2 years before we got that Super Bowl. I wanted him to get a ring so bad.
When we lost to Seattle, he was on that team.
I know. And then he retired.
That was it.
2 years
That was
before.
for
It's like,
him. That
damn
was
it.
him.
But Champ, definitely number 7 for me. Not quite top 5, but it's Champ Bailey.
Okay.
And we gave up Portis for him, and I still think it was worth it.
It was worth it.
All right,
So
let's.
I'll admit, when that trade went down, I was mad.
I think a lot of
I was
people
like,
you're either
what?
mad or you're happy
Champ
because
Bailey?
you didn't really know, but it was
Yeah.
worth it.
For real.
Because Broncos were churning out running backs back
Yeah.
then. Mike Anderson, Olandis
Yup.
Gary,
All of those guys.
Peyton Hillis.
Yep.
Let's go.
By the way, you hear what happened to Peyton Hillis? We'll talk about that
Yeah,
later.
that's crazy.
But yeah, number 6. There we go.
Good old Rod.
So you Cos and Buggz, you guys have Demarius higher than Rod Smith?
Yeah, man.
and Champ Bailey
Oh, stop.
for that.
I
matter.
mean,
Stop.
Demarius.
Oh man.
Listen, Rod was the man, right? He got the 2 Super Bowls with John Elway.
Undrafted.
But
Undrafted.
I feel you. But is Rod Smith as good of a wide receiver if he doesn't have McCaffrey on the other side to keep the defenses honest?
I mean-
and Terrell Davis.
I mean, doesn't every great wide receiver need someone on the other side that's decent at
so
least
who's
or
on the
pretty
other
good?
side for Demarius Thomas?
Eric Decker. And then hold on.
No.
Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel
I mean,
was
Eric Decker
great.
was kind of he
Okay.
was decent, but Emmanuel
was great.
Like he was great.
All right,
he was a stud.
I just when you talk about like pure athleticism, I mean, all of their stats are right there, right? McCaffrey, Rod Smith, Demarius Thomas, and Shannon, they're all like in the top of all the receivers.
Demarius was a freak, though.
Touchdowns, yards, catches.
No, he was way more athletic than Rod Smith by far. I'll give you that. Because you remember why we drafted Demarius Thomas? To replace Brandon Marshall.
Makes sense.
Because we lost B-Mark.
Thanks,
Very
Josh
similar.
McDaniels. Can you imagine if we would have had Demarius Thomas and Brandon Marshall?
Oh my God, that would be crazy. That would have been insane. With
Cutler would have
Jake
still
Cutler,
fucked that
though. Cutler would have ruined that shit.
For real.
All right, well, number 5, into the top 5.
Whoa.
We'll talk about it.
All
We'll
right.
talk. Don't worry.
All right.
What are you staring at the screen is not going to change the name. It's not going to work. Number 5, Shannon Sharp.
Sheesh.
You know what's funny is you guys are all groaning like, but
No, this is a top 5.
there is
Bronco.
nobody in the top 4 you will say Shannon's above. Well, you might, but you couldn't if you wanted to. Shannon Sharp, Sharpie, bro.
Shannon Sharp, more important than
Don't do this.
Terrell Davis,
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
Vaughn Miller.
Absolutely not. What? Don't go into my top. We're at number 5. Shannon Sharp. No, you can't. Okay, wherever he's at, you can't argue with him in the top 5. Can we agree there?
True.
He has to be top 5.
All I'll say
check
is
my
5 to 1, whatever. Top 5.
He's 6.
You didn't have him in your 5,
He's at 6.
did
Yeah,
you?
he's sitting at 6.
We're done.
He said, just wait till you hear
We're done.
this.
We're done.
Fire top 5.
No, we're not. We're not doing that.
I don't even know if I want to hear it now.
All right.
No DT and Shannon's not in the top 5?
Dude.
Love DT, but he dropped way more balls than Rod.
Oh,
Brandon
my
Hughes.
goodness.
Oh, he's pulling up the drops.
Facts,
You know, there was one of those seasons I was super
He
frustrated
had
with
a bad
Demarius
year.
Thomas.
For sure.
But man,
It was that contract year, too, right after he got that fat
yes,
deal.
yeah.
And everyone was like,
I have
money.
I have all my posts that pop up in my memories. Get rid of DT, and I'm like, I gotta delete these. Like, rest in peace, bro. Like, because he did do a lot for us. But good point, Brandon. All right, Buggz. Number 4,
Number 4.
Terrell Davis, bro.
TD. Yeah. Super important.
You know, you keep having this little smirk every time one of them comes up. Like, what's the smirk? Like,
No, I agree. I mean, he should be in the top 5. He changed everything.
he is the
You know
reason.
what I mean?
He is the reason we won those 2 Super Bowls.
True.
The reason.
I'm not gonna argue
obviously,
with
there's
that.
more parts.
2,000-yard rusher.
2,000
He went off. You know what I mean?
I just
Yeah, I get it.
there's always going to be that question, right, man? If he would have just stayed healthy, if he would have
yeah, of
let
course.
his knee get healthy that one year, he really came back and really did something major. If he does, I mean, you could argue. I mean, he's already a Hall of Famer, so he's considered one of the greatest running backs of all time.
Right.
But you could put Terrell, if he would have lived up to, like, had a full career and didn't get cut short, you could make the argument that he's like a top 5 running back of all time type
sure.
stuff almost.
For sure.
I mean, you know what I mean? You could make that argument easily top 10.
If he didn't tear his ACL, like, what would we be saying about Terrell Davis now? Like, would he have had?
dude?
Would he have had like a?
You mentioned him with Emmitt Smith,
Yeah,
and
like,
Walter
would he have
Payton,
had
and
those
Barry
kind of
Sanders.
careers?
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure.
TD, man.
And the way
so-
he came into the league, man, y'all remember? Y'all remember
course.
that preseason
Of
on the
course.
special teams?
And what people don't remember is the year before we won the Super Bowl when we got knocked out by the Jags.
Right.
That was the Super Bowl team. We could have won it.
100%.
We could have won it 4 years in a row. That team, the 2 back-to-back, and then if Elway didn't retire, that was still a Super Bowl team.
Dude, what about the time where Baltimore knocked us out?
Well, that was after Elway.
Yeah,
No,
that
I
was
understand.
well.
but
Oh,
that's a
bro.
ship. That was our
Absolutely.
Super Bowl,
Let's not
dude.
do this
Okay.
because we should have fucking
Shout
6
out
Super Bowls,
Raheem
man.
Moore.
That's not.
Oh, my
Raheem
God.
the Dream Moore.
Nah, I don't want to hear that name anymore.
All right.
Bring him up.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Let's do it. Number 3.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm in there.
Okay.
I'm in
that's
there.
the
Monster?
Vaughn.
monster. Just okay.
He's a little high for me, but I mean, it's hard to argue with it. The monster. I mean, essentially, what you're saying, which I'm just guessing here. Essentially, what you're saying is Von Miller is the greatest defensive player to ever wear a Bronco jersey.
I would say so because I never saw, and this goes for the entire NFL. I've never seen a defensive player dominate a whole postseason like Von Miller for any team. Honestly, can you?
He's Mr. Third Down.
Dude.
Like he's gonna
Yeah.
get you on third
Every
down,
single
no matter
playoff
what.
game that
No
year,
doubt.
I think it was starting. Who do we play first? Was it It wasn't the Patriots first. That was the AFC champ. It was Roethlisberger.
Of course, we always have to go through Pittsburgh.
He was beating the brakes off of Ben, like 3 or 4 sacks that game, killing Brady. We all remember that shit. And then the Super Bowl was a fucking shit show for
took it
Cam
over.
Newton.
He took over.
But, big part, he did have DeMarcus Ware on the other side.
Sure.
That is,
Sure.
yes. But
And
Vaughn,
big 9-7 in the middle.
if you think about Vaughn's journey, dude, no one could have ever foreseen him being as great of a Bronco as he was. Remember when he was getting suspended for weed and shit, like full seasons? Yeah. And I was like, cut him, trade him.
Oh my God.
I was like, we can't do this anymore. He's never healthy. Good God. Glad that didn't happen. And I'm
dominating.
And I'm rooting for him for the Bills.
I was one of those guys too that was like, yo, if he can't get his shit together, get him out of here.
Because I'm very hard on my team. But.
That and the money stuff too. I was like, yo, if he don't want to sign, then he don't want to be a Bronco and we don't want him.
But we're rooting for Vaughn. I'm rooting for the Bills. I hope they win it all just because of that. And they never won a Super Bowl. But
Vaughn's hurt, right?
Yeah. He is.
Well, I don't care then.
Bills ain't looking too good though. All right.
I mean, he'd still get a ring.
Yeah,
he would.
3 rings, 3 different teams.
His greatness. You know what I mean?
4 rings. No, it's
Coming back? Jeez.
Shut it.
All right. Let's stick to this current.
Hold on. I will tell you. I'll tell you where the mistake came in. I was thinking of the back-to-back Bronco team and then this Bronco team, and I mixed them up. So like Vaughn got 2, and then he'll get 2 more.
No, I thought you were predicting the future and telling me that Vaughn was going to come back to be a Bronco next year.
That would be fire.
And him and Russ win a championship.
I'm all in.
Danger Russ.
I'm all in.
Vaughn. So this is Rocky, my nephew. My dad's watching.
What
Said
up, Rocky?
Vaughn, I knew it. Grandpa said he would be on there, or he wouldn't be on here. Okay, so my dad didn't think so. Number 2, top 2. This should go without saying. And come on,
go ahead.
You two did not have this as your top 2. So Peyton fucking Manning.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with PFM.
The sheriff.
Yeah,
the sheriff.
Yeah.
The only, I mean,
and I'm gonna tell you why.
All right,
I'm gonna tell you why. And honestly, like personally, and this, I'm not being biased. Personally, I love Peyton Manning more than John Elway. That's personally.
Okay.
Because
he's a better guy.
It's the most exciting 5 years.
No, he's a better
Broncos
quarterback.
Football, like it was crazy. But Peyton Manning, because of what he did during his time here, we're talking the greatest offense in the history of the NFL. That 2000, was it 13? Mm-hmm. They set records. He still has that record, right?
Yep.
What is that, like 55 touchdowns? 55 touchdowns.
Russ couldn't even get. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
55 touchdowns, and then he got us a ring, went to 2 Super Bowls. Like, it was a great fucking run.
Yeah.
So
he gave Julius Thomas and Decker careers.
Yeah.
Those guys are not who they are without Peyton Manning.
Literally.
100%.
Literally. And
Especially
DT as well, because DT went to the Texans, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing happened.
Fizzled out, for sure.
Man, CJ Anderson, didn't he leave us for the Dolphins?
Yeah, everybody split.
But I mean, that's what happens. So like,
yeah, for sure.
Emmanuel Sanders did pretty well for the Bills for a while. Is he still on the Bills?
No,
he retired. But he was on the Bills.
But then he went to
Yeah.
L.A. or he went to the Panthers and then L.A. or something.
Yeah, he played for the Rams.
San Francisco. He played in big games.
I met him. Have a picture.
Did he win a
him.
ring last year?
I think he did.
I think he did too.
Wait, what?
Emmanuel Sanders won a ring last year. He got hurt.
Wait, who?
He was on their roster for a period of time, which means he got a ring.
Why am
Rams, right?
Yeah.
He was on the fucking Rams?
For sure.
Oh, shit. I had no idea.
He didn't play in the Super Bowl because he was hurt.
Okay.
But, I mean, he played X amount of games with them, which means he got a ring.
I thought he was with the Bills.
He's always playing in big games.
He did. He played with the Bills, too.
Yeah, then he went to... Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how bad the Rams were this year. That's just crazy to me. Right. And they beat the fucking brakes off of us. Anyway, we all know who number 1 is. There's not really anybody else that can be number 1, right?
Johnny.
Is there really? Oh, yeah, wait. Hold the fuck. I guess.
We'll talk about it.
Hold the fuck up. Fo. There's not really anybody else who could be number 1, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't make a case. You couldn't make a case.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I watch sports shit daily. Nobody doesn't have John Elway on the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks. Nobody.
So what? I mean, we're looking at
Brady,
Manning.
Toes rolling his eyes over here.
No.
Yeah,
Brady, Manning, Montana, right?
And Elway.
And then Elway. You could.
That's it. You just said it. I think you could make some cases, but I think those are the 4.
Okay.
Who's 5? Marino?
No. Marino.
You got to go somebody that won.
Yeah, Marino. That kills him.
Patrick Mahomes?
No, fuck Patrick.
Well, not right now, but check back in a couple years.
I would put Aaron Rodgers before Patrick Mahomes until Mahomes has.
Stop. We have to mute you, Paul.
First of all, I didn't say Rodgers would be. I'm not saying he'd be my top 5, but he is ahead of Mahomes until further notice.
Negative.
No, don't disrespect Aaron Rodgers like that.
No.
Who are you guys are out of here? So this is the I love Patrick Mahomes train right here.
I hate it.
This is the one.
Aaron Rodgers is not
Am I at a
good.
Chiefs table? Is this what we're doing?
No, I'm just saying.
So hold on, let me get this straight.
Your
All three of
Bronco
you,
fandom is clouding you right now.
all three of you are saying Patrick Mahomes is already an all-time greater than Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
All of you were saying that.
Yes.
I mean,
Are
he
you
already
kidding
has
me?
a Super Bowl.
They both do.
Right.
Right.
And Patrick Mahomes, it took this long to do it. It took Rodgers
Well, no,
this
hold on,
long
hold-
to do it.
no,
and hold
no,
on.
no. That's not true.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, look at the the body of work. You know what I mean?
Okay, Rodgers did it in his first 3 years. Mahomes did it in his first 3 years.
Okay.
It's like the same.
Right.
Now, Rodgers has a lot of time. He hasn't done it since.
He hasn't done it since.
He hasn't
Well,
done it in 13 years.
It's still yet to be seen with Mahomes. You know
Exactly.
that,
Mahomes ain't doing it again either, bro.
but you're fucking tripping. homie.
Nope.
Yeah, you're
Nope. I'm
tripping.
manifesting it now. It's a one and done dynasty of one. That is it.
That's best case scenario, Paul.
Yes, you damn right it is.
That's what we're hoping for
That's what
as
we're
Bronco
hoping for.
fans.
damn right it is.
These are the orange glasses right now on Paul. Like,
100%.
Of
if we could
course.
somehow make his glasses orange, that'd be dope.
Okay, so who's
That's
number
what's
5 then?
happening right
You're
now.
not putting Mahomes number 5 all time.
No.
Don't forget Dan Marino,
That's the first person I said.
Bradshaw,
No. Hell no.
4 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but it
It's
was
not
all
about
steel
rings.
curtain defense.
4 Super Bowls though.
That's like saying,
Drew
like,
Brees.
Trent Dilfer
No.
or something.
Drew Brees has a shitload of numbers, bro.
Yeah, Drew Brees could be up there.
He's up
does.
there.
Brett Favre could be up there.
Nah, he's stealing money from the poor. Fuck Brett Favre. We ain't doing
Are we
this.
talking players or
We
person?
ain't doing this.
Because
I know.
I'm saying,
No,
if we're
I'm just-
talking person, then John Elway is barely the top 10.
Oh yeah, we're talking person. You heard me on your show.
I'm just saying.
We talking person.
Right.
Elway's
That's a
not my
different story.
guy.
But
Who is it?
Mahomes wasn't on Game of
Marino.
Thrones. Mahomes wasn't on Key and
Warren
Peele.
Moon?
Elway was a mobile QB with pigeon toes. Got to be forever on Mount Rushmore. Give Rodgers, Andy Reid, and receivers. Come on, dog. Thank you. Put Rodgers on the Chiefs. Are they winning more Super Bowls?
Yes.
Exactly.
But that's La La Land.
Well,
that's
yeah.
not real.
Right.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, what if I was 6 inches taller? I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be on the
Right.
Nuggets.
yeah, I got you. I'm just saying. I just can't believe you guys all have Mahomes ahead
Aaron
of
Rodgers is
Yeah,
not a big game
Mahomes is
quarterback.
And that's
I
not
know.
the point.
That's 100%.
He's more
That's not the
of a-
point.
He's more of a
It
That's
is the
important.
point.
That's
It is the
very
point.
important.
He's more of a double threat too. I mean, Mahomes take off way. I mean, he run 10 times better than Rodgers ever could in his
Ever.
prime.
Aaron Rodgers has never lost a Super Bowl.
Oh, well.
Didn't he only go to one, though?
Yes. Mahomes has lost one.
Well, how many playoff games has he lost? All of them?
But he
Even
also
if they got there?
No, I get it. No, of course. I mean,
Aaron
you
Rodgers
have-
hasn't lost the Super Bowl because he loses in the wild card round.
No, he made.
what I'm saying.
No, he made it to either 2 or 3 AFC championships or NFC championships.
So
in a
that's
row.
congratulations.
Yeah, well, shit.
Here's a ribbon.
It's hilarious that
let's
you guys
sit down.
All right.
Pull up their bullshit
Enough
list.
of this,
Man.
Pull them
Go to
up,
his
Bugs.
list, 'cause
No,
his list is way doper than
All
mine.
right.
Okay, so I gotta try to even.
Yeah, I have the stream up, so I got it right in front of me.
Okay.
Okay, foes. Let's see.
Oh, you going to my first? All
Well,
right,
no, they're all
just
3
run
up
them
there.
quick.
They're all 3 up there. So we're just side by side. We all
So
okay.
we both got Rod Smith at 10.
Let's go.
But for me though, I did some kind of sucker stuff. I said Rod Smith / Ed McCaffrey. Like I had
Yeah.
them sharing.
Yeah,
because
I'm not
you
mad
gotta
at
pick
that.
like they're a duo,
But,
bro.
but because he did that, I was like, I'm just going to pick the better of the 2 for his number 10, Rod
No.
Smith. You
They're a
can't
duo.
put- They are not the same. Rod Smith's numbers
gotta
are
pick
way
one.
better than Ed McCaffrey's.
You got
They're
to
a
pick
duo.
one.
But they're not.
They
That's
are.
like saying Demarius and
But
Eric
if
Decker
you
were a
think-
duo.
But if you
I
think
mean-
of one, you think of the other, just
But
like what
one
you just said.
had a way better career and longer career.
I get it, but come on.
The disrespect for Rod Smith and Aaron Rodgers on this show is unforgivable.
We love Rod over here. He's on the list.
Okay, Foley has a nice Randy
Hold on.
Gradishar there at number 9.
Let's talk about Randy Gradishar. I was talking to my dad. He said Ray Lewis finished with 7 more tackles for a career.
Right.
And it took him 7 more years to get there.
Randy
so
Gradishar
Randy
was the problem.
Gradishar averaged 200 tackles for 10 years.
I understand. I understand.
Who does that?
So in my defense for my list,
I got a defense.
I did a list of players that I watched that I was able to see. If we're going players that we didn't even get to see, Floyd Little's got to be up there. Tom Jackson's
Craig Morton.
definitely.
I thought about him.
Morton. But yeah, I feel you on Gradishar because I mean he's also in the. Is he in the Hall of Fame? No, he should be.
He should be.
He should be. It's ridiculous that he's not. You're right.
You know who none of us had on our list? Well, hold on. Bugs pulled it back up. Let me double check. None of us had Carl Mecklenburg on there, and he's a
Same
Hall of
thing.
Famer.
Yeah,
Defensive
I feel
lineman.
you. No, he's not. Carl Mecklenburg.
He's not a Hall of Famer?
No, he's not. He's in the Ring of Fame, but he's not in the Hall of Fame.
It could be the Ring of Fame I'm thinking of.
He was an animal.
I could have
though,
swore
though.
he was
an
a
animal too, though.
let's see.
you know?
Nobody has my guy Al Wilson on their list.
That's a great.
I love
pick,
me some
man.
Al
It's a
Wilson.
great pick.
I
Great
definitely.
pick.
Okay.
He would be on my top 10 defensive players of all time for
100%.
sure.
Okay, Bugs. Look at all three lists and tell me a player from any of them you would replace with Al Wilson.
A lot of them.
Well,
Let's
no,
just-
I'm start
Al
picking
Wilson
it
would
apart.
be in my top 5. All right,
He's going to disrespect
Don't do
my
it.
offensive lineman. I
would.
know.
I would. So
going right there,
if I can at a glance, if I can critique your list, Peyton's too high on all y'all's list
No,
because he only
no,
played here
okay.
for a few years. So we're talking all time
I'm pounding
Broncos.
the table.
That's the knock on Peyton.
That's not Peyton Manning's my favorite quarterback of all time. I think he's the best, but he's a cult. Like Peyton Manning's a cult. I'm so glad he played for us. But
where does Peyton Manning live? What building? What building? Hold on, no. What building is Peyton Manning always in?
I get that.
No, I'm saying he's not. He's embraced Denver.
okay,
Like,
but
that's
to answer your Al Wilson,
Exactly.
to answer your Al Wilson question, John Lynch could get knocked down.
Yeah,
Rod Smith,
John Lynch.
I would have
Don't
Al
you-
Wilson over Rod Smith.
I'm done.
Wow.
I would have,
laptops
That's
closed.
crazy. That's crazy. I'm gonna go.
and I would have Al Wilson over DT
What?
for
Do
sure.
you see?
Okay, Bugs.
This is why.
Ed
This
McCaffrey
is
would.
why you're not on camera.
This is why Bugs doesn't
Ed
get a
Wilson,
camera.
hey, now. All right.
Hello,
everybody. This is now. Hold on. Let's get rid of these guys. This is now the Buggz Show. Welcome to Bright Future Media, where we are happy to have you. Where we respect Al Wilson, and we love everyone else. Let's take him out of timeout.
He muted our mics and everything. I love
Oh
it.
man. Okay, hold on. Anyway, Chief or Sutherland, hold on. Wow, no Romo, General says, or Talib. Like Romanowski or Talib.
I did fuck up with John Lynch. I ain't gonna lie.
Andy Reid said, or Brandon said, Andy Reid made Jeff Garcia look lit. So he's saying, what would he have done with Rodgers?
That's a fact.
That's his point.
That's a fact.
Jam Boogie with the Jason Elam. Like that's legitimate.
That's an interesting
that
pick.
is
no love for
huge.
kickers,
That's
bro.
an
But he,
interesting pick.
he led the team in points, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
we always could count
he's
on him,
arguably
dude.
a Hall of Fame kicker. I
100%.
mean, yeah.
100%.
You know, the Broncos don't really miss on kickers, no pun intended.
McManus needs to go.
I mean, even if you feel that way, McManus has given us some great
you know who
years.
it's been? It's been Elam and Prater.
Dude,
Those two
And Phil
were.
Prater couldn't put down the bottle.
I mean, I get that. But
Liar,
listen,
right?
even though McManus might be at his end, he's been a fantastic kicker for 5 years
Yeah,
or more.
I'll give him that.
He's
been money.
he won us a Super Bowl.
I mean,
Do you remember how critical McManus was in that
Yeah,
Super Bowl year?
I get it.
We had all them close games, winning field goal.
Yeah.
He was clutch, bro.
huge.
he was.
So, I mean, I get the kicker. I just can't put a kicker on the top 10, dude. I can't.
You have to.
Elam, dude.
Ian Gold.
I remember Big 5
Ian
too. dog.
Gold.
Ian
Let's
Gold was
go.
dope, but he was dope for like
So who's
3
that?
years.
Who's that core?
Ian
Ian Gold, DJ Williams, and who was
John
the,
Mobley.
Was it Mobley?
Was it?
There was another guy in there too. Like
DJ Williams.
no, I said that. Ian Gold, DJ Williams.
John Mobley.
There was
who was
another-
the
Wilson.
outside?
It was started with an S. You know, like an I don't know, but yeah, that was a linebacking. That's one thing we haven't had in a long time is a good linebacking core
Dude,
since the Super Bowl year.
I get it. But I mean, this last year,
Agreed.
not bad.
Agreed.
Singleton came in and did his fucking thing.
So who was the core on the
Joseph
Super
Jewell.
Bowl 50 team? It was
Danny
Trevathan,
Trevathan. Who was on the
Von
inside?
Miller and
Vaughn, of course. Who was the
I mean,
other
Chubb.
one?
Or no, Chubb. Yeah,
You know,
Chubb.
you know who I was thinking? You know who I was thinking on the other dudes? Sprague. You remember Sprague? It was Donnie Sprague.
I remember the name.
It was him. He was with DJ and Ian Gold and all them dudes.
Who was the inside linebacker in that Super Bowl group?
I'm trying to think of. Who
I don't
it
know.
was,
It's bug- I remember just Trevathan.
They had a fantastic year.
Yeah, it was that was
Fantastic
that was
unit.
Barrett. Shaquille Barrett.
Oh,
Was it
so
Barrett?
Shaq Barrett.
it was Shaq. No, Shaq Barrett didn't win a Super Bowl with us, did he?
He
He won one with the
I'm pretty
Buccaneers.
sure he did, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, that's a good question. Bugs made a power play. He pulled that veto
He
card.
totally did too. He
Brandon
muted
calls
us.
Matt Lepsis. Let's go.
Matt left.
Shout out to Stink. We
Get
don't
it
talk
done
about
for sure.
Schlereth.
Stink for sure.
Stink. What do they call him?
Stink.
that? So I maintain my top 10 is the winner.
No.
It's the winner.
Nah.
Okay, we didn't even get to your Shannon Sharp number 1.
We got to talk about that.
Let's
later.
talk.
Gotta
Let's
talk about that.
All right, so Shannon Sharp, arguably with Tony Gonzalez, revolutionized how we look at tight ends now. There is no Travis Kelce. There is no George Kittle. There is none of these guys without Shannon and Tony Gonzalez. In my
Big facts.
opinion, I rank Shannon Sharp higher on tight ends of all time than I do Elway on quarterbacks of all time. I have Shannon Sharp as the second greatest tight end of all time behind Tony Gonzalez, but I have John Elway as the fourth best quarterback of all time.
Okay,
so that's my
we have
logic.
to talk.
Interesting.
We have to talk because I don't even.
You got Shannon over Gronk.
Hold on.
I do.
I don't even know if Shannon's in the top 4.
What you mean?
Okay,
tight ends?
You're gonna go
Hold
Kellen
on.
Winslow,
Hold on.
right?
No.
You're gonna say some shit
Hold on.
like that?
You have Gronk.
Yeah.
You have Gonzalez. Yeah. There's dudes like
No, that's
Did
it.
Tony
Then it's
ever
Shannon.
win?
Hold on. No.
Did Tony ever
never won a
Don't
Super Bowl.
Don't forget
That's big, though.
about dudes like Antonio Gates.
Never won
Never won a
anything,
Super
though.
Bowl.
Okay,
And not as good as
so we'll
Shannon.
give that to the rings.
Yeah.
I mean, you said Kellen Winslow. I mean,
For the
Old-
you
old
took-
school heads will
old
say
school?
that.
let's
Yeah.
talk about current tight ends.
Mike Ditka?
What's his name for the
Ditka.
Chiefs?
No.
What's his name?
Travis
Not
Kelce?
better than Shannon Sharp.
No.
Dude, he's
that's what I'm
so
saying.
good.
You-
dude.
Kelsey is
He's
good,
so
bro.
good,
Yeah, he
dude.
is.
Kelsey is good.
So
Okay,
good.
He's one of those ones that could eventually end up being.
I'll give you that. He's not
he'll
there
be
yet,
there.
but I'll
He'll
give
be
you
there
that.
in
That's
the
what I'm
end,
saying.
for
There is
sure.
no Travis Kelce. There is no George Kittle. There are none of these guys. Graham.
Kittle.
There are none of
Kittle.
those guys
What about the Cowboys dude
without
who
Shannon,
retired?
bro.
Who's the Cowboys dude that retired?
Oh, Dallas Clark.
no, that was the Colts.
Oh, that was Colts. The other white boy.
yeah, he played with Witten.
Jason Witten.
Jason
Yeah,
Witten was
Jason
pretty
Witten. Sure.
good.
He's cool, but
Okay, so
you ain't seen Shannon.
I'll give you Shannon in the top 3 for sure, but
That's what I'm saying. I have Shannon. In my opinion, Shannon's number 2 behind Tony Gonzalez.
but Elway gave us more
And I
critical.
have-
Elway gave us more critical years. He did. He gave us all. I know he didn't win, but he gave us all the years before them 2 Super Bowls, and he dragged us to the fucking Super Bowl.
I feel you. But
on his back.
Shannon was right there with him with the 2 rings, right? And then he went on to Baltimore, won another one, then came back and still dominated as a Bronco for a while. I mean, that was my logic. Is I
get it.
right. I had Shannon ranked in the higher.
Skilp.
But that, for me, that's why I have Shannon as my number
Interesting.
1.
He's definitely becoming a TV goat. That's for sure.
For sure. Well, and again, for me personally, not only do I have him as a GOAT, but he's one of my personal favorites just because of his mouthpiece, right?
Big time.
Like
Big time.
those highlights of him on the sidelines, like, yo, get the National Guard, we're killing the Patriots.
That was one of the greatest quotes
I
ever.
mean, I'm sure if you ask around,
get
Shannon
it.
Sharp's definitely one of the greatest trash talkers of all time, too.
Big time.
He's
And
in
that's always
my
cool.
top 5.
All right.
Sharp's in my top 5, but I can't put him over Elway or Manning. You can't do
I
it.
almost put Manning ahead of Elway. I
wouldn't have been mad at you, but I couldn't have did that and been honest with myself. I'm
Yeah.
like, Elway just is the Broncos.
He is.
He is the Broncos.
He is.
Yeah.
For sure.
Motherfucker has a restaurant in Denver.
You're right. He is.
So
Again, the only other thing that always leaves a sour taste in my mouth is, and me and Buggz don't agree on this at all, but it's his years as a GM.
I get
his
it.
last years as a GM.
But he
'Cause
gave
if
us
you're
a
gonna
Super
give
Bowl
him-
as a GM,
Yeah,
though.
but that's what I'm saying. If you're going to give him all of the credit for Super Bowl 50, then he deserves all of the blame for the 6-year debacle afterwards.
Facts.
that's a good point. Brandon said, got to remember Shannon did it when passing the ball wasn't nearly as common.
Yeah,
as
that's
it
what I'm
is
saying.
today.
Like, he-
and passing to tight ends,
Yeah,
like, in your offense.
He was the first one to really be like, yo,
Kelsey. He said Kelsey gets 16 targets a game.
That's incredible, man.
That's crazy.
Tight end.
Is
dude.
Gronk? Who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT tight end? Is it Gronk?
no,
be-
for me, Tony Gonzalez. But that's
I mean, that's hard to beat.
So
but
I'll say like Gonzalez is like the Kareem,
Yeah.
and then Gronk is like the Shaq.
Sure.
Like Shaq was the most dominant center, but he wasn't the greatest center all
I think
around.
Tony was the purest, the most pure tight end that defined that position. But Gronk, you couldn't stop him.
So where's
you
Gates?
couldn't stop him.
Gates has numbers, bro.
I
know he's a Charger.
Hold on. The only thing with Gates is you can make the argument that he was a better receiver than Sharp and Gonzalez, but he wasn't a better blocker by any means.
no.
And
He
tight
just
end,
had
you
a jump
still
ball.
have
He's
to
a
be
basketball player.
right.
Yeah.
Tight ends, you still got to block,
Yep.
and that's what I'm saying. Shannon was able to do it, but he also made it a legitimate weapon on offense, catching the ball.
sure.
And that's the first time we really saw that, where he helped out in the run game and in the pass game. And the guys after him, like Kelsey and
I get it.
Graham and those guys, those are more just passing guys.
Well-
but Gronk blocked too, so that's why I can understand why Gronk is in top 3.
What about Aaron Hernandez? I'm
No.
just kidding. We're not going to go there. I still maintain my top 10 is the closest because they have Zimmerman and John Lynch in theirs.
Listen, my top 10 has 8 gold jackets. 8.
My top 10 has at least have that too.
8 gold jackets.
Gold jacket,
9
green jacket. Who gives a
Randy
shit?
Gradishar should be another one.
How are you gonna
Mind you,
How are you going to bypass that joke?
Gary Zimmerman.
I said gold jacket, green jacket. Who gives a shit? Thank God. I'm not gonna let that go to waste.
Randy Gradishar had all those tackles, and they only played 12-game seasons.
You have Peyton Manning at number 4. That's unforgivable.
What are you talking about?
Unforgivable.
John Lynch only played for the Broncos for like 3 seasons.
Tell him, Cos.
And he wasn't even that impressive a season.
That is true.
But you still have Shannon Sharp at number 1.
Right. And that's so John Lynch is my only question mark, and I will give that to you. But I just liked him, coming from Tampa Bay. I just like John Lynch. We lost Steve Atwater. We didn't really have any killer safeties, and then he came over.
I think all of our lists have one player that's not a Hall of Famer on each of them.
And they should all be replaced by
Ed
Al
McCaffrey's
Wilson.
not a Hall of Famer on mine. Gradishar's not a Hall of Famer on yours. And
Rod Smith.
Zimmerman is not a Hall of Famer on yours.
Zimmerman is.
He is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Not a Ring of Fame.
Rod Smith.
By the way, I like the offensive
Rod
line
Smith,
pick.
you're right.
Gary, you got to show love to the O-line, man.
Rod
Because
Smith,
if it ain't
you
for
gotta.
Zimmerman, TD ain't getting all those yards.
Facts.
And John ain't getting those times.
Give me Ryan Clady. No, I'm just kidding. Clady was a beast, though, but he's no
But yeah,
Zimmerman.
Tom
Ryan
Nalen. You can make argument for Tom Nalen as well as Schlereth.
Tony Scheffler, top 7 tight end of all time.
Bro,
Brandon.
Tony Scheffler was the man for like 2 seasons, bro. Tony Scheffler was that dude.
All right. Well,
Go.
that's our. Go ahead.
Tony Scheffler, do you guys remember Ryan Bowen for the Nuggets?
Sure do.
Like, I don't know why. Like, if I
guy,
see
right?
both of those guys on the street, I would confuse them with each other.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get off this because we'll go for hours. We gonna
Check
get it.
Kelly.
I think we need to get into them games because I got.
No, that's not next.
Oh, that's not next. Okay, let's do it.
You know
Let's
what's
do it.
next.
Let's
Let
go.
us know.
Breaking news.
Hey, I like
Breaking
that.
news.
Let's go,
Come
Bo.
on, dog.
How about that beat though? That beat.
It went
Who did the beat?
I did.
All right, there
I
you
do
go.
all the beats for this
Oh,
show.
okay. Well,
Paul's the
It's not-
talent behind
It's not
this thing.
intentional. Like someone send me beats, please.
All right, let's start the timer. Billie Eilish requests a restraining order on a stalker who is breaking in to confess his love.
Jesus.
What celebrity would you guys
Newsflash.
go
it
that
was
crazy
me.
for?
It's a celebrity.
No, who
We're
would
just
you?
saying
If
that?
you were the stalker.
Oh man.
If you were the stalker, who you going
That's a
for?
really long list.
If I was the stalker,
Pick
who
one.
would I stalk?
Yeah,
I mean, Riri.
That's the question.
Riri all day just comes to mind. Rihanna. That Rihanna was my lady celebrity crush till I met my Rihanna. Shout out to Bay.
Oh.
You know I got to do.
Thank you for being decisive.
She knows, but
Foe.
definitely Rihanna for
Cos.
me.
I don't want to.
Kevin Costner.
I like that.
Big fact.
His girlfriend's in the room, by
Shout
the
out
way.
to Yellowstone. Shout out to Twitch. I fuck with all y'all.
We just watched Robin Hood,
We
Prince
here.
of Thieves.
We
Still the
here.
greatest Robin Hood ever. Can't
Let's
even
go.
hate on that pick.
I was totally gonna say a girl, but since Fo helped me out, I'm saying Jay-Z.
No.
Let's go.
Amber's not listening. Be
No, I'm
honest.
saying Jay-Z. I would stalk Jay. I just
Hell
didn't. I didn't want to be the only dude that picked another
sure.
dude. So there you go.
Tory Lanez' lawyer is confident in his appeal. Now, I mean, I think we know how we feel about Tory Lanez, but legally speaking, the only real evidence against Tory is the phone call that he made from the hospital or to the hospital.
Stupid ass.
Do you guys think he has a chance of beating the case?
Yeah.
No. In the words of Fo, no. Hell no.
I don't know, dude.
Dog, that phone call was the worst thing that's ever gotten out for him. It's the worst thing that's ever gotten out.
It was bad, but if OJ can get away with this, then I don't see why Tory Lanez
There's always
can't.
something.
Show me where Johnny Cochran is on Tory Lane's bench.
True that though.
That's why OJ
He ain't got
got
that
away
kind of
with it.
lawyer.
If he was here, though.
But
He should stay in jail for that hair, dude. His hair, him and his dad's hair. Like, what are they doing in that family, bro?
Have you heard the dad's rapping?
No,
Oh,
but
Lord.
I just seen
Oh
it. I
yeah,
stopped-
dad's a pasture
Oh
rapper.
my
I stopped
God.
paying attention when I saw
done.
that hairline. I was like, I can't respect this whole family, bro. What are we
done.
doing out here?
The Tory stuff was like, okay, cool, you can speculate all you want until that phone call. That ended it for everybody. I saw people that were like, Meg's lying, fuck her, and they're like, oh shit, he did that. Like after they heard that call.
Oh, shit.
Like you can't like
He
I don't
did that, huh?
Did you hear it?
No.
It's,
I don't care about none of that
he's
shit.
like I just want to apologize. Like I shouldn't have did it. You know, I
Look
shouldn't-
at our
God.
clock. Our clock is always screwing up.
Shout out
All
to
right.
Truth,
yeah.
though. He
Clock's
said
going
Wanda
off.
Sykes
Just
is the-
yeah.
All right, next one. They've discovered a new planet. T01700E has been found in the habitable zone
Damn.
where we could potentially live. All right, serious question. 98. light years, 98 million light years.
Oh,
it might have. I just wrote down 98 light years, but
98
it's
light
a
years.
long way away.
No,
Right.
98 light years is
Yeah.
like Colorado Springs, bro. No, I'm
Right.
just
All right. So serious question here. Would you guys ever get on a spaceship and travel in space?
Yeah, with the way rent's going in Colorado, you're damn right I would.
Well, Fo, I heard this planet is located deep in Uranus.
I wouldn't travel there.
All right. Great time to move to the next one.
That was the joke I saved.
The price of eggs is under unprecedented crisis.
Price of eggs.
The cost of a dozen eggs has risen from $1.78 to $4.25.
Incredible.
Due to the bird flu.
I'm waiting to see a Joe Biden sticker show up on cartons of milk saying I did that on cartons of eggs.
You know they're going to find a way.
For real, right?
This is why you shouldn't have elected
this
Biden.
is
Look at our
Biden's
eggs.
fault.
Look at
Nah.
our eggs.
That's crazy though.
Why are people saying they're like
bird
spending
flu.
$100 on eggs though? Like, what are they saying?
Because they're buying
They're just buying them in bulk.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
it's like those people, like those Mormon families that feed like 40 kids and they buy like
You gotta-
100 eggs
yeah,
at a
you
time
got it.
type stuff.
Protein.
Fuck them eggs.
Yeah, just get off the grid and get some chickens, bro.
Yeah, get some chickens.
How is that? We got any more topics?
Oh yeah, we got plenty. Antonio Brown has been banned from Snapchat for posting an explicit picture of him and his children's mother, who he's currently at odds with, and also apparently is being accused of sending sexually explicit material about his former girlfriend, kid's mom, to their children, which is freaking wild, man.
He got that CTE.
Yeah.
It's flaring.
Flaring bad.
If it
It's
is
sad.
CTE,
It is sad.
man, homeboy is just
It is-
off
He's just
the
wild,
it was-
reservation, bro.
He was off. He was a little off before that, and then now it's just kicking in hardcore. Like he's just. Have you heard his songs?
No.
Yeah, you don't need to.
I did hear him rapping just recently on TikTok. That was awesome.
Well, there you go. I mean, you know, hopefully he.
Hopefully
figures it
my
out.
sarcasm was detected there.
We got you. We got you.
Rest in peace to Lisa Marie Presley.
Damn. Yeah.
Crazy.
Bummer.
Any words on that?
I mean, you know.
Obviously
I think of her and Michael's relationship.
Yeah.
That was like
Yeah.
a crazy time in the 90s, but she died young. That's sad, bro. Like what, 50, 53 or something?
Yeah, cardiac arrest.
You know what's funny is she died almost the same age as Michael did. Like I think he was 50. So like it's just
What was your favorite Elvis song? You guys got favorite?
Elvis? Ooh.
Yeah, her dad.
I would say Don't Be Cruel. I love that song. It's a good one.
I liked Blue Christmas.
Fo?
Encryption.
Jailhouse Rock.
I don't know.
Shout out to Lisa Marie though. You know, I had no reason to dislike her. I don't really know too much about her, but
Yeah, same.
Britney Spears had a recent manic episode in a restaurant where too many customers were pulling out their phone and taking videos. And apparently, she got pissed. Her husband stormed out of the restaurant shortly after she followed.
Damn.
Makes sense.
That CTE is fucking flaring, dog.
Brittany's got CTE
Flaring.
from when she used to chip her teeth on the microphone. You
Like,
remember
if
that?
really- like if you really think about it, like, can you guys really name a child star that like grew up in the spotlight like these people that don't end up kind of turn out be crazy?
I mean,
I know there's a couple, but I mean, it's
Drew
pretty far
Barrymore.
and few.
Has she done crazy shit?
I mean, yeah,
I mean, yeah,
flashed
she
her
might
boobs
have.
to was it David Letterman on the Letterman show? That was kind of wild.
I mean,
Pretty
flashing
crazy.
your boobs to me is not crazy,
No, I
but
guess
I
not.
feel you.
But still.
She's probably the closest.
Justin Timberlake, I guess, he's doing okay.
Oh yeah, the Mickey Mouse Club.
Kanye West had a secret wedding with Bianca Censori, who was the architectural designer for Yeezy. But yeah, man, congratulations.
No,
Congratulations, yay!
negative.
Right?
Not for me.
Sure. Dude. Good for him.
That poor
Kanye
girl.
needs some balance, man.
That poor girl.
Yeah, he needs some.
He's been quiet, so maybe she's responsible for that. So God,
Does
bless
anybody
her.
know what she looks like?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Kim.
I mean,
Does she look like Kim?
She a cutie.
similar.
Like Kim.
Yeah,
She looks like Kim. That's odd.
You
That's
know,
amazing.
you know she white. You know Kanye.
Yeah, that's true.
she got a
Right,
little
Jewish.
something in her.
Does she?
She got some juice.
Darius Miles arrested for murder outside of the
Wow.
Alabama campus.
What?
Basketball
Yeah.
player,
Yeah.
not the former NBA player.
okay.
This is. Wait, you guys haven't heard? You guys haven't heard this story? So there was a
I have.
power forward for University of Alabama basketball team who was
Yes.
recently arrested for murder a couple days ago.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody was shot. Basically, they shot bullets through her car, and yeah, she died.
That's crazy.
That's awful.
But yeah, for a minute, I thought you were talking about headband.
Yeah, that would be a crazy story
that was
too.
crazy.
That's crazy.
yeah, that's
and
sad, man.
female rapper of the year nominees were announced by XXL. Who you guys got? We got Cardi B, Coi Leray. Who had the best year? Doja Cat, Glorilla, Lotto, Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj.
You can get Nicki Minaj out of there.
If it's just this year, it's Glorilla. If it's just this year.
She can't rap.
I mean, we talking quality, then you can throw away half this list.
What do we talk?
Coi Leray,
Cardi's
she had a
fire,
lot of hits.
Cardi's fire, Nicki's fire. Meg, I don't like her content, but she can spit. She's fire. I don't really like Glorilla that much, but everybody loves
What about
her.
Doja? I think she went crazy.
Doja, actually, yeah,
had a hell of
Doja.
a year, man.
No, that's a good one, man.
I like that.
Honestly, I think Meg will get it though. I do. We'll see what
I
happens.
think it's between Megan and
Brandon said throw that whole group out.
yeah, for
I
sure.
agree.
Doja nice actually, but that's it.
Yeah,
I think it's between Meg and Doja because both of them had a ton of hits. I mean, I know I stayed playing both of them in the club all the time. So
Yeah, I mean Lotto too. She had that
yeah,
hit too.
yeah,
so.
but that's the thing. The one hit,
I get it.
You
She
feel
had-
me? But
she
it
had
was like
one.
arguably the biggest song of the year. So
It's true.
Well, guys, that was the news.
All right. Okay. Let's do it. Shout out to the architect.
This shit is crazy, man.
All right. You ain't gonna get none of these. Do not look at Buggz' computer, okay?
Again.
It's time for
guy.
another edition to name that rapper. If Foley doesn't get one, he owes me Chipotle. That's the rules. I owe you
I
Chipotle.
thought it was a beat or some shit like that.
Well, you didn't want to be. You said no, thank you. I said
can I
here's a
get-
free beat to rap on. You said
didn't
no,
say that.
thank you.
how
Didn't
can
say
I get some
I got
Chipotle?
you. What you need, bro?
I need some Chipotle.
If you guess one of these, you get a favor from me. You let me know what it is.
it's a Chipotle burrito.
Okay, I got you. Chipotle burrito.
Let's go.
All right, up first. So, for those of you that don't know, name that rapper. I'm gonna drop clues, and y'all gotta just guess who the rapper is. It's that simple. Some of them are hard, some of them should be easy, but we'll see. First one. Keep focused this way. Don't look at Buggz' computer. We're not doing this again.
I'm hiding it. It's going to be hidden.
There is a clue on this one right away. This rap group formed in 1989 as a gangster rap group. MTV once refused to air an hour-long documentary about them, but ended up airing it anyway as a personal favor to the record label. They have went on to earn 2 platinum albums and 5 gold albums. Who is it?
When did they form?
1989.
Gangsta rap.
Gang, don't look at the fucking screen. Turn your head. Turn your head.
The answer is not on the screen.
Okay, good. Good. Then we're good. Okay. I mean,
it's not
no.
obvious.
They started as a gangster rap group.
Oh.
Doesn't necessarily mean they stayed.
What he's trying to do is throw you off, I bet.
Of course. All these, that's the whole point
Everyone's
of all
like,
of them.
Say NWA. It's not NWA. You're trying to get
So
slick.
Buggz, oh, actually the timer's not working. I'll say we could even use the timer for these. Give them a minute to think of an answer. So,
Well, let's get to guessing, fellas.
all right, come
Gangster rap.
on. Yeah, formed in 1989 as a gangster rap group. Obviously, they had a documentary that was way too hardcore for MTV to air it, but they did it anyway. They went on to earn 2 platinum albums and 5 gold albums. What y'all think?
89. That's what's throwing me. Is 89.
Right.
I'm too young for this.
Truth says Ghetto Boys. That is incorrect.
That's a good one though.
Yeah,
It's not bad. Not a bad guess.
That would have been my.
The answer's going to piss you off.
It's not NWA.
It's not NWA.
It is not NWA.
We got to put it up there.
Let's go.
What?
I would have never guessed that shit. Okay.
Fo's favorite group, Insane Clown Posse. It's not his favorite group.
Say, why are they my favorite?
Oh, you a juggalo?
No, he's not. Ew. Kayla goes, ew. So, but hey, 2 platinum albums and 5 gold albums. That's pretty crazy. to
All
me.
independent too.
All independent.
Respect.
And Juggalos go hard.
Yeah.
Brandon
Just
says,
shows you
I'm
how many
leaving.
trailer parks are really
Brandon,
out
stay.
there, man.
Stay. They get better. I had to start it off like that.
Okay.
Nobody walk out the room.
A lot of trailer parks out there.
All right, this one, here we go. This rapper grew up on the streets of New York. He originally started in a renowned hip-hop group before going solo in 1993. Rappers like Eminem, Notorious B.I.G., and Jay-Z all cite him as a major influence on their careers. Who is it?
Is it East Coast guy?
He's grew up on the streets of New York.
Okay.
Yep.
Grew up on the
was
streets
in a
of New
group.
York.
He started in a renowned hip-hop group. but
Naughty
he
by
went-
Nature.
Hold on. No, it's one guy. One guy.
KRS-One.
Tretch? No. Damn. That is incorrect.
I thought I had it.
That is
KRS-One.
incorrect. Someone said Rakim. That is incorrect, but that's not a bad guess because Eric B. and Rakim was a group. KRS-One?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Damn.
You guys are close.
You guys are you're in the ballpark.
So it's some old school
You're in the
stuff.
ballpark. Well, obviously, I mean, he went solo in 1993, which means before that they had a group in the late 80s.
Eric Sermon.
That's incorrect.
That's
you
what I
guys
was
are
gonna
like
say, too.
you guys are like circling it. It's
went
like this is the
solo.
answer, and you're around the mic, like you're this circle.
He went solo.
Like Master
in
Ace.
92.
You said it too fast.
Daddy Kane.
Someone said Redman, Daddy Kane.
I thought-
Daddy Kane was never in a group, was he?
I thought Redman too.
Oh, wait, he was. Oh, Daddy Kane was in the same group. The same group as the answer.
What?
Yes, that is a major clue.
Who's Big Daddy Kane that grew up with?
Damn, it's going crazy.
We got to reveal.
Go.
Hold on.
Oh my
Wait.
god.
He was in your top 10, dog.
Oh, that's your boy.
God.
That is your boy. Cool
Yeah.
G Rap.
He was in your top 10, my guy.
You could have been like
Cool.
just the greatest MC ever.
That's not. No, we're not.
How do you not know that?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Oh, I got some.
It's all this little trickery
I
shit
got
he's
some
doing.
soft tacos in my future. That's good.
Let's go.
Extra guac. Let's do it.
Shout out.
Tacos over the burritos?
They've been making fun of me since high school. I'm a taco guy.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Burritos is just intimidating. That's just I always felt that way.
Okay.
All right, here we go. This rapper is credited for revolutionizing the sound of hip hop and R&B. They have sold over 30 million records, have won 4 Grammy Awards, and were inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. They have songs with artists like J. Cole, Pharrell, Outkast, and Nas.
Teddy Riley.
No.
Okay.
Well, Teddy Riley was never a rapper. Remember, these are rappers.
Oh.
And even if they didn't stay a rapper, they had to at least start a rapper. Someone said Timbaland. Was Timbaland ever a rapper? I don't think so. But that is incorrect.
Him and Timberland and Magoo had
Yeah.
This is Timberland related.
We like to forget that. Don't do that.
Yes,
Missy
clues are
Elliott.
needed. Clues are needed.
Missy Elliott.
Dang! Missy Elliott. Damn it, I owe Buggz Chipotle.
Yeah.
But see, if Fo owes me Chipotle, it reverts.
I ain't
get
got
a
nothing to do with
Chipotle
that.
too.
That's your shit. That's you.
So Fo's
Everyone
got
bring
you on
Chipotle.
Chipotle right now.
Let's go. Extra guac. baby.
Okay, okay. Someone says CeeLo. That's not a bad guess, though.
Love CeeLo.
Here we go.
Thanks, Bugs.
Yeah, we got.
Damn it,
We had to
appreciate
make it
you,
happen
homeboy.
quick.
Bugs is like, it starts with a T. I'm like, stop. Okay. This rapper was born in Texas and started out as a street performer with breakdancing and beatboxing skills. Their debut album at the time became the fastest selling hip hop album of all time. Nominated for a Grammy, but never won.
Texas.
Who is
It's one guy.
one guy? If it's a group, I'll let you know. Like this group, but no, this guy. This fucking guy.
Uncle Luke was from Miami.
Texas.
Texas.
Born in Texas. Doesn't mean
Yeah, but
rapped
that doesn't
it.
mean he
doesn't
rapped
mean
Texas.
lived there for their lives. Just born in Texas.
Breakdancing.
Texas.
Oh, MC Hammer?
You are in the right ballpark,
close.
though. You are in the right ballpark.
Oh, okay. Then Vanilla Ice.
Coz is way better.
That's okay.
Damn it.
That's the one I should have known.
Now you owe him 2 Chipotle
Two
burritos.
Chipotle.
No, just kidding.
You can just give me chips and salsa.
I got
We
okay. I got the chip.
I want a goose egg pho on this so bad. Let's go.
Bring it.
Let's go. All right. So someone said, oh, they still at CeeLo. Okay. This rapper rose to mainstream success following the release of his mixtape. They had a single reach number 4 on the Billboard charts, which was later certified as Diamond.
Number
Lil
4.
Wayne.
In 2021, they visited the White House alongside the family of George Floyd. Major clue.
Migos.
Oh, Common.
Nope. Both incorrect. That's a major clue.
He
But
said they.
well, I say they, so you don't know if it's a man or woman.
Okay.
So that gives it away. So they're all theys. They're all theys.
Mixtape. It's not Lil Wayne.
A song that went diamond. A single that went diamond.
Nelly. No.
2021, Nelly was not visiting no White House.
2021.
Oh, 2021.
2021, they visited the White
Kanye?
House alongside. No,
I mean,
not
that makes sense.
not with Biden in office.
Oh, that's
I'll tell you
right.
that.
Okay. I'm getting my years mixed up here. 2021. Who the hell?
Think about any relation of someone to George Floyd and his family.
Steven Jackson. It's not Jay-Z.
No,
Traded True.
you guys are thinking too old.
Oh, a younger guy.
Yeah, 2021, guys.
That was a.
Bugs.
What's
No,
up?
hold
with
on,
the-
hold on,
I'm
hold on.
trying to
Don't
think
do
of
it,
a good
don't do it,
clue.
don't do
I'm
it,
trying to
don't
think
do
of a good clue, but I can't.
Travis. No.
He's not the only person with his name.
A lot of the young guys consider him the best rapper right now.
Lil. Oh,
Lot
Drake?
Of, lot
No.
Of, no. I said young. I said young.
Drake.
NBA young boy.
Chance.
No.
Someone said Savage. Chance the Rapper. Nope, not neither.
21.
I appreciate y'all not using Google in the chat. Thank
Uzi
you.
Vert.
Let them know.
Kendrick Lamar.
Let them know.
J. Cole.
Not Kendrick.
Doing it.
Baby.
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
He
I
did.
just watched that documentary on him too.
Yeah.
Diamond.
That wasn't
makes
bad.
He made that song before like the social justice movement. I forgot what the hell's the name of it. It is fire. So that is related to all that shit. So shout out to Lil Baby. He is one of my favorite of this generation. I know it's not saying much, but
he's tight.
He is tight.
Yeah,
I love him.
He's tight.
So, all right, getting you. We're almost there.
I don't know Baby like that.
This rapper was born in Philadelphia, was heavily influenced by alternative rock and hip hop. They released a music video in 2013 that hit 1 million views within 24 hours. They have gone on to collaborate with artists such as Snoop Dogg, Kodak Black, Anderson .Paak, Rich Homie Quan, Chris Brown, and T-Pain.
Philadelphia.
Yep.
Oh, Meek Mill?
No, that's not a bad guess, but no. Oh no, I'm upset I did not get this one. Lil Baby leading the way for social justice is crazy. Laugh my ass off. I get it. I'll just,
It's not the Fresh Prince.
One more time. This rapper was born in Philly. Doesn't mean he grew up in Philly. Heavily influenced by alternative rock and hip hop. They released a music video, and this is the clue. They released a music video in 2013 that hit 1 million views within 24 hours on YouTube. So,
10 seconds and I'm giving hints.
Go ahead, give it a hint.
Mac Miller?
He's Jewish.
Is it
Jewish
Drake?
rapper.
no. Machine Gun Kelly?
Dave.
Oh, Lil Dicky. Little Dicky.
He is hella Jewish. I should have guessed that.
Yeah.
Well, Drake is Jewish
got
too.
that?
Well, just the fact that the YouTube stuff, man, like his videos always were popping.
We had in the comments, we had Mac Miller, Black Thought, Asher Black Thought.
What was the video?
That was before the Jewish thing, though.
Yeah.
But what was the video that hit a million views?
I don't remember what video it was.
Zane's got a poop. No,
I think it was before that. But either way, that's, he's
how he went around making a video with other people's money and resources and shit like that. Yeah.
The Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say that because that's a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Save that money.
Funniest TV show
money.
on
for sure.
Netflix.
Oh my God, dude! Honestly, one of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
On Hulu.
Hands down.
Yeah.
All right, this one's gonna be tough.
Okay.
This rapper penned what people call, quote, the most important hip hop song of all time, end quote.
Ari the Rugged Man.
They were both a rapper and a DJ and became the first hip hop artist ever inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Grandmaster Flash.
Hey.
Comes out the fucking box.
Let's go.
No pun intended. Straight out the box on Monday nights.
Hey.
Monday nights, Denver Open
Let's
Media.
go.
Tap in.
Yeah.
All right, Fo.
What you got?
Well, you're what, 0-7?
I'm just over here with my guy.
7 burritos.
I'm just kidding. 7 burritos.
I'm about to like be
I'm just
laced
playing.
up.
For a month. You know what I mean?
I got 4 kids, dogs. You can feed my whole family.
We'll get through these. There's only 3 left, even if we go over a couple minutes.
Let's go.
This rapper grew up in Chicago. They are actually the child of the blues musician Buddy Guy.
Shauna.
I should have left that one out. I should have left that clue out.
All right.
That was too easy, someone said. Okay, they just
Damn, I didn't know she was from Chicago.
just to finish it out, they have released 2 albums, 3 mixtapes, 32 singles, have done songs with artists like Scarface, Kanye West, T-Pain, Twista, and Tech N9ne.
Damn. Let's go.
Shauna, you got that right
I'm
away.
confusing her with Trina.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
confusable,
Because I
confusable.
was like, I could have swore she was from the South.
Can
I got you.
both spit.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, 2 more left. This rapper is the lead vocalist of the rock band Japanese Cartoon. They initially developed an interest in hip hop because they disliked its use of vulgarity and misogyny. They have 12 Grammy nominations and 1 Grammy win, and was named one of GQ's Men of the Year in 2006.
That's confusing.
This is a group or a guy?
It's a regular person.
Sorry.
It's a person. I don't want to say it's a guy or girl because
GQ. What?
Person of the
they were named one of GQ's. Okay, that's it. I already gave it away. GQ's Men of the Year in 2006. So let's see. GQ's what? Men of the Year. And there were one. They do like a whole bunch of them. So he was one of them in 2006. He's the lead vocalist of the rock band Japanese Cartoon. Obviously, it's a side project, but
Oh, that's the name of the group?
no. That's just a random fact about this person. You know who they are, but I guess they have a rock band called Japanese Cartoon.
Okay, yeah. See, I don't know.
I don't have a clue for him. Let's give it to him.
Go.
Ludacris.
Fo hates Lupe.
I can see
You
that. I
his
can see
face?
that,
You
though.
see his face?
I can see that. That makes all the sense in the world.
Your
now.
disrespect for Lupe is insane.
We just keep it moving.
Lil Nas X, someone said Lupe. Oh, okay.
Kick push.
I guarantee y'all ain't gonna get this last one.
Here we go.
Cos might. This rapper started his career off releasing 2 acclaimed studio albums before transitioning to a producer behind the boards. They have recorded and produced albums for Grammy-nominated artists and songwriters, and have worked with artists such as Raekwon, Busy Bone, and A$AP Ferg. I love the look on their face.
It's an East Coast guy.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure.
That's so random that you got East Coast out of that.
He has some East Coast roots.
He has some East Coast roots, I guess, yeah. I didn't know that, but thank you, Buggz.
Give me that first little.
All right, I'll just say it again. This rapper started his career off releasing 2 acclaimed studio albums before transitioning to a producer behind the boards. They have recorded and produced albums for Grammy-nominated artists and songwriters and have worked with artists such as Raekwon, Busy Bone, and A$AP Ferg. I did not know Lupe sang, but it all makes sense.
It's not DJ Premier.
Honestly, this person's like GOAT status.
GOAT status.
It's pretty up there.
This guy said it's just GOAT.
It's pretty up there.
Swiss Beats.
Brandon, I should know this.
Let's fucking give it to him.
Should we give it to him? Go.
Let's go. I know.
Buggz, baby.
Yo.
Look at that resume for Buggz.
Let's go.
Give it up. Give it up.
Gotta give love.
You should have put producer of Here's the Thing.
I still would have been like,
It's my biggest acclamation.
Bro, I honestly thought it was Swiss Beats.
Damn,
So shout out to you,
I'm
dog.
this close. That's a fucking compliment right there. Look at that salute. Look at that salute on the. Oh, he took it down, but
I thought you still did music, dog. So he made it sound like they ain't doing the music no more.
I said they
It's been a
transitioned
long
to producer
time.
behind the boards. He produces
yeah,
that.
that's true.
Okay.
But
That's
hey,
dope.
he's worked with Raekwon, Busy, A$AP Ferg.
I didn't know
Fuck all of
that.
them.
I didn't know that. I asked him that today.
What's the East Coast root shit? I don't know.
Oh, I lived there as a kid.
I was like, Buggz from the Bronx.
He vacationed there.
I've been there once.
I
Brandon
spent the summer with my auntie out in Virginia Beach once. Or something.
Brandon said flex, let's go Buggz.
Hey,
Everybody
That
loves
is,
Buggz.
that's a big
For
one.
sure, bro.
You know, it's funny when I was writing Buggz, I was like, I could word this to where it would be both of us. Like, you know, like, because it's very similar. The only thing that threw it off, he has one more album released than I do. Ding, ding. 1 to 2. Yay. Layover in New York City. That's Buggz East Coast Roots.
There you go, right?
Shout out to Severed Truth.
Let's go.
Damn. Okay. Well, so what?
That was fun.
4 burritos?
I mean, nah, dude, you could just give me one. A steak one.
I got
though.
you.
I want steak with guac.
You got me. I got
cheese,
him.
sour cream.
You got me. I got him.
chips.
That's
Salsa, maybe a drink.
Yeah.
all right. That was like perfect timing, man.
Wait, we got one more thing to do here.
We
man.
do. Oh,
America's favorite segment.
Let's go.
Scriv ain't even here, bastard. Just kidding.
We got to tell him that we do his thing at the end of
We
the
got
show.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna just send him clips of everyone we do. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we should make those clips anyway.
You guys ready for the reveal?
Yeah.
Don't react, Fo. Just look at it. Your reaction every time. Coast is like,
What was that? Chili and cornbread?
Chili and cornbread, man.
Hey.
Makes sense.
That shit look fire.
I had that shit the other day, honestly.
I mean,
Let's go.
There's a lot of chili there.
I think we just need to get Scriv.
Is that for one guy?
You need to share that.
We need to get Scriv a new stove. That stove look old.
It looks
That is a
efficient.
1990
It
stove.
looks definitely
clean.
a 90s stove. With
It
the,
is clean as
I mean,
shit
it is
for a
clean.
white
I
stove,
hope
right?
it's clean. I mean,
Well, he knew he was taking a picture for the show.
Okay. Makes sense then. Yeah.
Well, we
I'd
need to
make sure
get
my
we need
stove
to get
was
him that
clean,
new
too.
Canon Z20 whatever, like, or just the iPhone 14. So,
Revolutionary.
but that is one of Kayla's favorite meals to make is chili and cornbread, and it's fire.
fire.
I could eat chili and cornbread actually tonight.
It's fire.
Babe,
Good night. dude.
Coast,
Good night.
Coast
I'm just kidding.
swept about every round tonight, man.
Yeah, he crushed
he,
it, bro.
he did pretty good on that.
Let's go.
I'll have to- you know, I was telling him about your shack on your show. I mean, listen, which was way more crazy because Shaq's resume is. I told you.
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
crazy.
My little trivia.
Yeah, I was like that. That's kind of where I was going with this too. But
Yeah,
like,
that's dope.
the Shaq thing was nuts.
Right? Yeah, his resume as an artist is ridiculous.
It's absolutely insane.
Hey, for those of you guys who are still left, go like and subscribe. Hit the share button. Turn on the notifications.
Yeah.
Bright Everything for full episodes.
Yes.
Here's the thing on IG. Here's the thing on YouTube.
Well-
you guys know what to do.
Well, on IG, okay_. Here's the thing. Yes, but Bright Everything on YouTube. Subscribe, all that shit he just said.
Yeah.
Follow us on IG though, because you'll get all the updates on there as well. So, but man, shout out to my man Cos,
Yeah.
DJ Cos for joining us,
you
guest
guys,
host.
Yeah,
Killed it.
I appreciate it.
gotta
Thank
come
you,
back.
guys.
Killed
Thank
it
you,
in the
guys.
fucking, just got like 5 out of 10. So
Easy work.
yeah, he knows his hip hop.
No, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I'm legit a fan of the show. I've been tuning in. I love the back and forth that you guys have and all the topics that you guys bring up. You guys will always see me in the comments for sure, man. And obviously, shout out to Paul, man, because he shows a lot of love as well to my show on the box. For all my sports lovers and music lovers, especially Colorado music and Colorado sports, check me out every single Monday, man. And I post up my videos up on YouTube as well. The Box 5280, THABOX 5280. Check me out.
Yeah, listen to Cos on Mondays, man. It's entertaining for sure. He plays all local music. So
All
if you
Colorado,
got music,
man.
hit him up.
go.
He'll
For
play
sure,
your
for sure.
shit.
And hopefully next week, man, we got a CU player coming in studio.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And of course, shout out to Jake Plummer.
Hey,
the
for
legend
sure.
Jake Plummer.
Yo.
Jake the Snake.
And last but certainly not least, shout out to everyone in the chat that rocked with us. So yeah, I'm Paul Jr.
Word up.
Boogeyman Fo.
Here's the thing.